All right, yeah, so kicking off the recap. So last session, you guys were just getting ready to leave Skip One and the Smuggler's Run. Before you left, though, you were ambushed by looked like a hit squad of exchange mercenaries. Looked like they was pretty set up to hunt force users. You saw that they used slug rifles. It seemed pretty well kitted out to go up against a group of Jedi, even Sith. Luckily, though, you guys were able to beat them and were able to, or at least beat a couple of them, and they were able to escape with Eason aboard the Crimson Rato. And after a kind of a narrow escape from Smuggler's Run, with the ship actually taking an asteroid and losing some oxygen, you guys were able to make it out and make your way to Nar Shaddaa, the Smuggler's Moon. Certainly on the moon, you guys went to one of the local cantinas recommended by Easton, where a lot of the Hutt forces or the Hutt employees usually hang out after their job working. And so far, and the cantina. Wool did a crazy drum solo. It got the respect of the crowd. And so far, Noru has been speaking with one of the patrons, hoping to gain a little more information on what's going on with the Hutts, as well as Keldo of Clan Fathra, who you guys have been hired by Koso to take care of, we'll say. All right, so you guys are currently in the cantina. So this is Nar Shaddaa, so it's pretty much kind of like we talked about last session, like a rundown space, old-timey Vegas. So you see a lot of flashing lights, places in need of repair. The cantina you guys are in, like the drinks look pretty savory, but everything else looks like it's a couple generations old, run down, cuts in the chairs, and just kind of broken stuff everywhere. You do see kind of a cloud of smoke hanging in the cantina as you guys are kind of milling about.
And Noru did have that conversation with that Zabrak or somebody, right?
Uh,
That's
he
right.
was a Dathomirian. You're in the
Okay.
shot, yes. Do you want me to continue off of where we left off, or would you like to um, start from scratch since I got cut because of my indecisiveness?
We could definitely pick up if there's any additional questions you have for Raylu or anything in particular you wanted to kind of go over with them. Could you see he's in a much better mood after you gave him the drink and were able to kind of charm him up a little bit. You see him just kind of smiling as he's sipping his drink, last little bits of the drink that you gave him.
Okay. Um, I'm pretty sure I bought him 2 beverages because I remember whenever we last chatted, I paid for one and then Noru orders a beverage from the bartender. Okay.
Yeah, he's
Oh
just
well.
double fisting it right now. Then
Yeah.
he's just
Yeah. Okay.
finishing off the
So
last bits of the first one and then looking greedily at the second one.
so all right. I don't know. How do I act as friendly? I buddy, I was wondering if we could if you could introduce us to somebody who could get an audience with it's Keldo Keldaro
Keldo, yep.
Keldo the Hut. Maybe we could start a business relationship with them. Is there anyone you may know that it can get me an audience?
You see him. He kind of shakes his head. He's not. I work for Basadi usually. I do know. He points down the aisle. My buddy Goro over there. You see, kind of an older Rhodian. He's worked for Keldo for a little while. He may be able to help you out.
Could you arrange a? Could you introduce me?
You see if like you bought me some drinks. We're good friends. I'm having a good time. But I usually don't put my name out there for people I don't know their rep. Uh, what brings you to the moon?
Didn't I also already explain that to him?
Did you?
Yeah, I said I have a small crew of individuals. We've been moving less than legal goods around for a bit of time, and we're looking to get into bigger scores.
You see him kind of nod, says, yeah, I mean, you're a friendly guy, but Hutts don't really take kind if their employees don't work out, and I like my head where it is.
So he pointed us out somebody who I can go to.
Yep, definitely. So you see Goro that you pointed out to, kind of an older Rhodian. Looks like so he's got pale grayed skin. Looking like he's a little older for people that you usually see in the HUD employ. Just kind of taking a quick look at him. You notice he's got a pretty big blaster rifle all strapped to his back. You probably suspect he's probably got some other weapons hidden around too. You see a couple different scars on him. Looks like somebody who's been in the business for some time.
Could I do a perception check to see if he has any, I don't know, like like key cards or anything that might be underneath his collar that I might be able to see, or something like that.
Uh, sure, give me a perception check.
No, never mind.
All right, so Noru, it's been a little while since he's been civilization, so he's just caught up in the music, the smoke. It's just have a little trouble focusing on him. He's able to kind of get a good look at the Rhodian though, and kind of see a little bit of what I've explained before, and just kind of the way this guy's holding himself. So you can see that he's got a wary eye. And he's somebody that's been in a couple scraps in his life.
I got the drunk double vision. Okay. I'm gonna approach. You said his name was uh, Gulo?
Goro.
Goro. I'll approach Goro. Goro. And I'll offer him a drink the same way that I did with um, Raylu, I think his name was.
Mhm.
I'm gonna, hello friend. I'm nice to make your acquaintance. My name is what was my fake name that I gave before? My name
Uh,
is Kendar. And who are you?
Yeah, you see the Rhodian look up at you, almost, kind of almost disinterested. You see him spit out a couple of words in Rhodese. Do you speak Rhodese?
I do not.
You see, so you see him kind of look up briefly, speak a couple words, then look back down to his drink.
Hmm. Bit of a language barrier.
You see him, he looks disinterested, but you do see his right hand as you kind of approached, kind of went below the table. He looks disinterested but tense at the same time.
Mm, hmm. Part of me is just thinking
Yes.
doing mind trick. um, okay, could you give me a distinction between mind trick and cloud mind?
Uh,
Mind,
Isn't
mind
cloud
trick is if
mind
you're
just
trying
like
to
putting
hide
to
something, right?
sleep, isn't it? Uh, Let me look it up real quick. Because
Yeah.
affect mind, I know, is the one that can give you advantage on charisma checks. I think it is, or is it wisdom
Oh,
It,
checks?
yeah, it's, I
Uh,
think it's charisma.
and Cloud Mine, I think, is a level 1 spell that kind of acts close to sleep, if I remember right.
Yeah, Cloud Mine puts him to sleep. The 8d8
Okay,
thing. I mean, 5d8 rather.
perfect.
Mind trick gives them disadvantage on wisdom and
Perception
investigation.
checks. Okay.
Perfect.
I just wanted to
Perception.
figure out like the differences between them. Um, I'm just gonna double down, and I'm just gonna be like, uh, yeah, someone, one of the locals here says that a local dealer of less than legal meat items should come to you if they're looking for work.
You see him glance up. It looks a little perturbed. And he says, "Ichuta." Another kind of round of roadies, and it says, in a little bit kind of gravelly English or gravelly basic. People talk too much. What you want?
I'm looking to start a business venture with your employer. If you could get us an audience, then perhaps we could go in for, let's say, an interview.
You see his hand twitches below. Looks at you and says, "What in it for me?"
Well, I have a location with some little highly valuable ordnance and some less than legal spice.
You see him nod. Says, "Yeah, you let me see it. I bring it to the bosses if it were worthwhile."
Well, I need an interview. You see, I think I would think that it would be better for us to meet them face to face so that we could, start a business relationship together.
You see kind of looks at you a little kind of cross-eyed and just you see he's a little perturbed. But give me a persuasion check. See if you can kind of push him over the hump.
I like how I had to choose between persuasion and intimidation, and I chose intimidation.
Nice.
Hey!
All right, so you see he softens a bit. It says, "Yeah, you prove you got the stock. I bring you into my bosses. They can talk it up, but I gotta have proof that you got what you're talking about first."
All right, that's fair enough. Um, I don't have the proof on me. Could I meet with you uh, tomorrow, perhaps, or do you need it now?
He says, "I'm in no rush, but no proof, no boss."
And I need to meet you here tomorrow. Yes.
He shrugs. "Yeah, I'll be around."
All right, I'll be here. And then I'm going to walk off. I'm gonna shake, or maybe not shake his hand, but give him a pat on the back and say, "Nice doing business with you," and then walk off to the rest of the group.
He says, "Uchita, don't touch me."
And friends over there.
So you see kind of
Uo would have walked back to the rest of the group, so just hanging out. I assume the rest of us are all just together hanging out.
perfect. Yeah, what are the rest of you guys doing?
He's just enjoying the atmosphere right now.
Yeah, just hanging out.
It's almost like we didn't even notice you. His vibe was so chill. He just appeared.
Blended into the
Yes.
background noise.
So are we? So we're sitting in the cantina. Are we in a place where we think that we might have some secrecy?
Yeah, you guys know that it's not foolproof from eavesdrops, but even as Noru saw trying to look over and kind of experience other people's conversations here with how noisy it is and how smoky and all the different music and conversations, it does give you a little bit of cover.
So Ping would kind of lean back in a little bit and kind of scratch his chin and say, "No truth.
is a subjective term, and reality is what we can prove. So what we came here for, you know, maybe needs to change. We're stuck between a rock and a hard place. We make one person mad, or do we make the other person mad? I say, maybe we get a win-win here. And then Ping will go ahead and lay out his crazy Ocean's 11 style scheme. He'll say, so we were attacked by the exchange, who hired Eason to do it. We then found out we have the proof that shows that Eason was hired by the exchange. And then we came here to stop Eason from killing Kodo's cousin, or sorry, uncle. So if we were to get Eason and prove that he was here for that purpose, then maybe this is a win-win.
Am I back at the
Oh, no,
table,
I
or
think
am I still wandering over?
I would say you're back at the table.
I don't know. I'm gonna basically talk with them, saying, "Hey, I was able to. I might possibly have an in. We might need to persuade Eason to let us borrow some of the goods that were on board the ship, or we'll need to buy some."
So sorry about that. My audio cut out, so I was talking to myself for the last 3 minutes.
Oh, yeah. So we heard you for a bit, but then I cut out for then.
Yeah, so Ping would just lay out his plan and kind of see what the group thinks.
Yeah. So what are you thinking? How is this going to go down? Who are we turning over this evidence of Eason being up to no good?
Well, if Eason is here to assassinate a Hutt, and we were to turn Eason over with the evidence to that Hutt, you could let the Hutt do the rest.
What
Could we
about
be
the other Hutt?
created the crime?
And then Ping just kind of smirks and says, well, Hutts don't really care so much about loyalty, but rather just outcome. So if it turns out that he's the hero in this situation and he's earned some favor with his uncle, he won't be that mad.
It is going to be a bit of a dice roll to see if Koso is actually happy with the result, though.
Haha, I get it.
Did I make a joke?
A bit of a dice roll.
Oh, well. Oh yeah, I'm a comedian. What can I say, guys?
So Ping,
just
to
happy.
summarize, you want to frame Eason for the attempted murder of Keldoa, and then how does Koso fit into that? Are we telling Keldoa that Koso figured this out?
Yeah. So what actually
Aren't they
happened?
tied together? Isn't Eason an employer of Koso? Surely there's records of that.
Yeah, which makes the betrayal of Eason against his uncle even that much worse. I mean, it's going to be a sacrifice for Kodo to, give up one of his loyal servants.
Who hired Eason to do this?
The exchange,
The
wasn't it?
exchange.
Okay.
Yeah, so the kind of theory of this, and so Ping would lay this out, is we have proof that Eason works for the exchange. Kodo doesn't know that Eason works for the exchange. So when he finds this out, he's also going to want Eason dead.
And even if
Or
we
at
didn't
least,
have evidence, you could just mind control him and create
well,
evidence.
we do have evidence that shows that he actually gave us the evidence that shows that he was hired by the exchange when we
Oh,
interrogated.
wasn't that when? Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Now he was
remember
hired by
that,
the
yeah.
exchange to kill us. We might need to fabricate some more evidence, but that won't be a problem.
All right. So say all that goes as planned. What's the next steps? Because we still, you know.
So, so Ping leans back again, and he goes, "Well, step one is to control the variables, and that means we need to get Eason. So we get Eason, we fabricate a little evidence, make it look like what we say happened, and we turn him over to Kodo.
So where would we start with this?
A little snatch and grab. So I'm gonna have to find a place to take Eason, and then we'll just do a little kidnapping, or we can just go to where he's at and do it all there. But I don't know where he's staying.
And we're still on Nar Shaddaa, right?
That's right. So you're on the smuggler's moon.
Okay, so I
So
remember
Eason's here. I just don't know where he's
Eason's
at.
on Nar Shaddaa. Isn't he not too far off? Isn't he just on the docks as far as we know?
That's the last place you saw him.
But if we want to go another route, though, that's perfectly okay too.
Giving this two planks a hunt would be quite entertaining, in my opinion. But if we go with your plan, what's the guarantee? How can we guarantee it all goes to plan? What is our backup if things go bad?
So Ping just kind of laughs and goes, "There is no guarantee in life." And I don't know what our backup is, but I know what my backup is. And he just kind of laughs.
What is our goal with achieving this specific outcome? You know, our goal here was to take down Caldoa, so we're changing that. You know, altering the plan. What you know, yes, we have other things to do after that. Is that simply take care of this situation, see, then let the Hutts deal with themselves and head off?
In theory, it would make both Hutts happy while possibly giving us an ally and turning over someone who may have been an enemy.
If we try
I,
to,
uh, oh, no. If you have something to add, please do. I'm still trying to wrap my head around the plan myself.
if this plan is too convoluted, we convince Eason to borrow some goods. However you think of that. Use those as an in and to get a what is it? A to get a audience with Keldoa, and
Suplex him.
I mean, if we want to take the direct approach, then yeah.
So Ping just kind of thinks for a second, goes, "Well, you know, we don't really need Eason. It's a little bit more risk if we don't grab him. He might do something silly. We don't really need him."
True, but he is in our debt after saving his life. Or at least he's in my debt. He looks towards Gil.
About that, I feel as though one day he may backstab us and that give me another chance at the man. Now, I'm not gonna get that chance if we're turning him over to the Hutts. Because what the Hutts are gonna do to him is first they're going to pop his head off like a bottle of blue milk, and then they're going to hang him up to dry as a warning to anyone else. And we can still get some use out of him. Uh, we were given a job, and I, I don't mean to say I'm a bit slow, but this plan I'm having a hard time following. And it really feels as though if anything goes wrong, being you would benefit still, but we'd be left to flounder and fend for ourselves.
Because that requires us to, one, capture Eason, which, give it, wouldn't be too big of a difficult thing. Two,
Yes, he's really wiry.
yeah, he's not very big.
We beat him once already. I mean, you know.
I mean, I could literally just darkness and then just beat him while he sleeps. I don't know.
Listen, I could go in for a hug for the man and he'd never even notice. I could just pick him up, take him around. I don't think he can fight back. Unless he shot me, but even then, potatoes, tomatoes.
But then you have the complication of the evidence, which, again, isn't a difficult thing. But the thing that's really going to make this plan difficult is, one, making Kildoa believe the evidence is authentic. Two, thinking that we didn't have anything to do with it, or his nephew didn't have anything to do with it. And then three, Kildoa being happy that we changed the deal.
Koso.
Koso.
Yeah.
How I see this is a very high risk, high reward, but the risk far outweighs the reward. We could lose 2 allies in 2 different hunts and lose someone who is indebted to one of the people traveling with us. You know, I just feel as though we've been given a job. It's best to do the job as told. If we go back on it, it may shoot ourselves in the foot.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Ping would just respond, or sorry, Ping would respond. I mean, that's fine with me. I actually like Eason. He seems to be a pretty nice guy.
See, the thing that we probably should plan out is a way out. Because if we go in, we get escorted in, we have an audience. At that point, it's just a matter of escape.
I think we definitely need to get in and see what we're up against. I mean, that was, as Gil mentioned, the original plan, and I myself would lean towards honoring that original deal and, you know, hoping to take care of, being capable enough to take care of our task and not having a bigger situation on our hands to then move forward.
I'm in agreement with Uhl. I think it'd be best if we just honored our agreement and then went about with our various other tasks.
I appreciate I appreciate Ping your plan, and I think there's merit to it, but there is a lot of uncertainty to it.
Ping just shrugs and goes, I'll have it your way.
But Noah did have a point earlier. How are we going to escape? Because last time we went into the belly of the beast, I made the mistake of not accounting for all of you, and that reminds me, Uhl, I do apologize for my actions back in the exchange. You helped me out, and I did not return the favor.
Well,
But
I appreciate that, and just going forward, understand that we are, and I kind of look to everyone as I say this, we are somewhat of a group going forward. So if we go into this, regardless of how, we're definitely going to need to be keeping a watch out for each other.
Yeah. I'm gonna look towards Ren. I am under the impression that you're good with technology and a bit of a pilot.
I like to think that, yeah.
The last thing that I want is for us to get on the ship and go to sail off, and Koso have some way of tracking us or some way of keeping tabs on us. You swing by and talk to Eason while we are working on persuading or perhaps borrowing some of the smuggled goods. Perhaps could you run a look through the ship to keep an eye out for anything that would track us or any recording devices or anything that they could use to keep tabs on us? Just so that way we're 100% sure once we get on the ship, Koso can't keep tabs on us.
Sure thing. Always better safe than sorry.
Yeah, I agree.
Perfect.
So,
And one of the things you guys got from Koso was a data pad with a little bit of information on his uncle's estate. So it's on Hutt, so the planet where Nar Shaddaa orbits around. You know, it's kind of a swampy area. He gave you a little layout of his estate. You guys should be able to see it on your screen now. Uh,
Hmm.
you see it's got like a gaudy ass bright gold wall, along with a big gold Hutt coin on the front lawn, bearing the same symbol you saw in Koso's place, but just a lot bigger and gaudier. You also see a couple of things as you look around the defenses. Koso gave you a little bit of a rundown of what he's got out there too. So you do see, looks like he's got a sniper's tower on the left side of the base, as well as two anti-infantry turrets. So just one of those things he gave you a heads up that it may be a little hard, depending on how you guys want to get in there. Trying to storm the gates could be a little difficult. But he says if you go move quietly or find a way in, you should hopefully get past those turrets without getting torn up to shreds.
what's to the north?
So, with this too, kind of gives you a little geographical area of kind of surrounding the mansion as well. He's got a little area that's outside of most of the major cities of Nalhada. So probably just not but 10, 15 miles outside of the major areas. So pretty much surrounding it is just it's kind of boggy, swampy areas.
Okay. Um, I'm just going to. Would I be able to run a like a if I'm trying to think of ways that they could try to track us or keep keep tabs on us after. Um, could I just like run a history check to see if there's anything that they could do to like if we tried to escape, is there anything that they could do to hunt us or keep tabs on us? I don't know.
Yeah, give me an intelligence check. Okay. So
Hmm.
you get a little bit just kind of your knowledge around the galaxy. Big things would be depending on how you guys escape. If they had somebody with eyes on you, that'd be a easy way to track you. If they were able to follow you back to your ship and get information on your ship's kind of engine drive or ID block or anything like that, that could be a way they can kind of track you after you leave. But those would be the biggest ways. So like they wouldn't be unless they put a tracer on you. There wouldn't be a way they could just kind of inherently track you.
Okay.
Noro, you said that this your friend at in the cantina here has a potential way to get us into the estate, correct?
Yeah, Goru, the Rhodian.
Well, that is a big gun he's got.
So,
Guns.
reviewing this layout of the estate, it seems that you know it'd be advantageous to already be on the inside. So, I guess I would be, I'm gonna put my vote in the pile to go borrow some of Eason's cargo. if
What
that's
we
what's
could do
needed
is
to move us along.
we could try to. I'm thinking maybe if we had, because I don't want to have the ship just pick us up straight outside of out of his area. Because if they're able to tag it or identify it, they might be able to, track us down. So, do you? How are we going to? Once we say we get in, we do the deed, and we escape the building. Do we try to vault? How
I
do
think
we
we
know
have to
how?
be a
how do we
little
know?
more fluid than that. We'll see what happens when we get there. I think first things first, we need to get inside. So we need to either, go chop up some blades of grass, put it in a Ziploc baggie, and sell it to the naive kid at lunchtime, or try and go get some actual stuff off of Eason. And do we have a shuttle arranged to get to Nal Hutta?
He did. He did arrange. So when they gave you the data pad, they did give you
Okay.
tickets to the shuttle.
Okay. So we're good in that regard. So yeah. So I like we know the cargo's on the ship. We know where the. Do we have a name of Eason's ship?
Yep. The Crimson Ronto.
Okay. So do we know where that's at?
Yeah. So it's still back at the hangar where you guys left it. So he said he was going to be pretty much keeping it there until you guys had completed the job.
So that if that's where our cargo is, I think we need to head back to the ship.
Yeah. And if we need to, I can grab things if he's less than compliant.
All right. So yeah, you guys you're able to head back to the ships, moving down kind of the Nar Shaddaa streets. You do make your way back to the docks. Outside of kind of where the building the ships are stationed at, you do see Brock, the Weequay that was with Eason's crew. He looks you up and says, "What you all doing here? Hey, you finished the job yet? I haven't heard anything from it yet."
We're working on it. Just forgot something aboard the ship.
Nudges ping. Do the thing where you talk to them.
You see, it says, yeah, sure, yeah. Just a second, friends. You see him check his comm link, taps it in, and says, "Yep, looks like it's good. You can feel free to go up to the ship. It's right there waiting for you."
Is there any? Was he just pushing some buttons or something? He didn't send like any transmission or anything.
So it looks like he kind of pulled out his comm link. You actually give me a perception check.
I'll give perception checks.
Yeah, everybody can that wants to.
Perception. Oof.
Kind of. I don't think I need to.
So you see, Nora was there. Pretty much everybody saw pull out his data pad and his thumb moving. Nora, you could probably kind of see from the movements of his thumb, looked like he was sending a quick comm message, and got a quick response.
Okay. So we may want to distract him. I'm going to.
Someone said distraction.
I'm going to start walking the ship to see if I can spot any of the items that I described to Goro.
Okay. Yep. So you guys are able to head past him. He didn't stop you or anything, and get towards the ship. When you get to the bay, you don't see Eason, but you do see the Gamorrean, kind of munching on a snack next to the ship. It kind of it looks up briefly at you guys, but then goes back to his snacks.
Can I cast Mind Trick on him?
Sure. What's your DC?
Oh, is that not right? 13?
15. All right. That's a wisdom save, right?
Yes.
That is a great roll to start out with.
That's you're able to get the mind trick off, so you'll have advantage on perception checks, and or
Or
you'll
he'll
have
have disadvantage.
disadvantage on perception checks.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to just be looking out for any of the. I'm going to try to be like nonchalant, like darting my eyes around to see if I can find any security cameras or um, any what is it? The smuggle spots where they keep the goods. Air quotes.
So are you looking in the dock, or are you going in the ship?
Oh, in the ship.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I thought we were in
Oh,
the
yep.
ship.
So you guys are able to kind of line up the landing ramp. You do so that no cameras. You guys are on the ship long enough to realize there weren't any cameras, so no check on that. You do see that you haven't found Easton yet. You do see that a lot of the goods are gone. Some of the spice is still there, but looks like all the weapons have been taken out of the cargo hold.
Okay. So, um, how is it packaged, so to speak? Is it like big bricks that are like big and heavy, or is it like small? Is it something that I could just and grab and I don't know.
Oh yeah, so there's about 4 cases of the spice still left. And if you open up one of the cases, you'll see they are kind of packaged in like kind of like a big bricks of cocaine that you see on TV.
Okay, okay. Um, do I have any like?
Is everyone on the ship, or is it just Naru?
You guys can place your stuff where you like. So pretty much you just saw Brack waiting outside and the Gamorrean outside the docking bay, and the Gamorrean inside the bay and outside the ship. But so far, you guys can be anywhere you really want to be.
I would
Okay.
go. Ul would go on the ship just to kind of follow my, story of forgetting something. So I just kind of go in, maybe go to my, living quarters, whatever that was, and yeah, just kind of act like I'm. So I'm on the ship.
Ren's
No,
probably outside looking around right now.
yeah, Ping will just go up and start a conversation with the Gamorrean, so he'll just kind of just talk to him as everyone else goes in.
That's you see the Gamorrean just kind of grunting and looking at you, kind of speaking Gamorrean, and he understands basic, but unfortunately his species can't speak it, so you just see him kind of grunting and looking at you. He does hold out his snacks and offer to share.
I'll take one of
That's
his
so
snacks.
nice.
So you see he's in a kind of a good spirited mood. He's just looks like he's supposed to be keeping guard, but just kind of chowing down on his snacks.
Okay.
All right. So what's the ship team doing?
I need something to
Real quick.
package
Mhm.
this in.
What were you saying, Ultra?
Uh, did Gil ever get his lightsaber back?
What happened to your lightsaber?
If I remember proper, I could be mistaken, but back in the exchange, I think we'll use disarm to
Oh,
get Gil's lightsaber away from him.
oh yeah, you'd have your saber back.
Oh, okay. Uh, if not, I was gonna have Gil like actually looking for something he misplaced. In this case, he's just going to just be sticking by Ul, kind of doing the same thing he's doing, occasionally just turning something around, looking behind it, putting it back.
Yeah,
Maybe a non-suspicious whistle.
yeah. I think yeah. Ul's intention is just to let Noru do what he's doing. So, just expecting him to, yeah, go grab some product and move on.
So can I search the ship kind of in like incognito, not incognito, but just kind of keep a low just do a check to
Low
see if I can
profile.
find any low profile. See if I can find any packages that might be um a little bit easier for me to snag. I don't want to be like walking out of the ship with like a huge brick, just being like, "Oh, don't mind me, guys."
Give me an investigation check. All right, so you take a look through those four crates are the only kind of looks like great spice ready to sell. You are able to, especially with your familiarity with the ship, you do find a small baggie that looks like Easton's personal supply. Not too much in there though.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay, I got an idea. All right. So, man, I'm gonna grab his baggie, and I'm gonna make my way to the nearest refresher and empty the bag into the toilet.
Why you gotta do the man like that?
Just dump out his own supply there, but
Oof.
you did offer you guys some when you're traveling with them too. All right,
Dang.
so yeah, you dump out the supply. What are you guys doing next?
I'm gonna make my way back to the crates, and I'm gonna try to like lift up one of the bricks, make an incision, and kind of get it into the bag, seal the bag shut, and then drop the brick down. So that way, if you look from top down, there's no. It looks like nothing's been disturbed. But if you were to, you know, lift it up, the spices is all. Um,
Okay.
uh, yeah.
All right. So you're able to get a kind of small baggie of spice. So no roll for that.
Okay. Cool. All right. I got that. Now I have to get explosives. Um,
Give me an intelligence check on this one. Uh, so you can tell with this guy being a boss, kind of a underling for one of the bigger boss huts, he's not going to be impressed with a small baggie of spice. His
hmm,
boss runs kind of a bigger opportunities than that.
might have to take the whole crate. Hmm.
Gil kind of walks over to you and just like, how goes the wink wink nudge nudge.
Well, here's the thing. We need to get this crate out of here, but we need them to not see us.
Why don't you just take one of those bricks? You could hide it in my helmet. I could take off my helmet, put it in there. We just walk right out.
How big are these bricks?
Uh, so like
Are they
probably
big enough for me to
like about this size.
Yeah, Gil's a big dude, so he'd have a decent sized helmet. Yeah, I could just plop it on in there. You could just I could just walk out without my helmet on, holding it to my side. No one ever expected. Like, hey
Oh,
man, can I look inside your Mandalorian helmet? No one's
I
ever
was I
gonna do
was
that.
I was thinking that they were gonna be like, hey, I thought they were like sacks of flour, like big, poof, bricks. Um, but if they're only that, yeah, I can just I'll just grab the whole. I'll grab a couple of them and just stuff them in my pockets or underneath my tunic.
They're still pretty hefty size. You probably have a backpack, or his helmet would probably fit one of them.
I
Yeah, I
imagine
got a
he's
backpack.
actually the size of bricks, like the size and shape. I don't really watch many drug shows.
So you guys, you'd be able to if you put a couple in your pack or one in the helmet, you guys would be able to get a couple out.
Okay. Yeah.
Just make
Okay.
sure
Okay.
you don't get one that's already hooping in there. I don't do the stuff. I stay away from the stuff, and I don't want to accidentally get any of it in my hair or my respiratory system.
Oh, the Mandalorian's worried about. Okay.
Adrenalines are fine. This stuff, no, that's the hard stuff, man.
Right.
All right, yeah, so you guys are able to procure a couple bricks of spice, and anything else on the ship you want to do?
So as far as we know, there are no weapons or explosives on it.
Looks like he's cleared those off already.
So we might need to check the docking bay. Maybe they've been unloaded and they're waiting for a buyer. How long has it been since we were? How long were we at the cantina?
My
I'll
drum
say,
solo was like 30 minutes long, I think. So at least 30 minutes.
Dang.
It's Ull's amazing drum solo. Between travel time and you guys talking out the plan, I'd say you've been gone for about 2 hours.
Okay.
And you guys, as you walked in the docking bay, you didn't see any crates or anything kind of stacked up around the area. It looked to be pretty clear. You guys are the only ship in this docking bay. It looks like, I mentioned this last time, it looks to be kind of like a little bit rundown docking bay and a little outside the center of town. Looks to be kind of good for as a kind of a nondescript location. To kind of come in quietly to the moon if you're looking to do so.
So we may be able to
Gil
tell.
kind of. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Gil kind of looks over to Noru and just thinks for a moment. Do you think this Hutt would he be interested in lightsabers? Because I have a broken one. It belonged to you know who, but as long
No,
as I get it back.
but they do like exotic animals. I remember. I thought it was Eason who said it. This hut has a thing for exotic animals. Maybe if we procure one, it would, in the same way of us purchasing the smokes for Kosa. Maybe this would make it a little better. We don't have weapons, but we got a nice pet for him.
Whining and dining.
Hey, that's the
I
way it
want to
works.
be wined and dined and
And etc.
Yes.
Gil kind of
Alright,
gives a slow nod, like, yeah, that might work, kind of nod.
we'll just yeah, I guess if are we out of the ship now?
So if you guys are leaving this
join
ship,
up with y'all.
Yeah, head out.
the outside, you see the Gamorrean kind of wave at you guys as you go, still focused on a snack. And as you guys leave the docking bay, you see Brack still standing outside the door. And he gives you a nod. So you find what you're looking for?
I'll say you said Brock or Brack?
Brack.
Brack. Say Brack. I did. Just needed my lucky scarf. I don't know. And but it just kind of cut off that thought, and then just say, I know that you guys are bringing in some good equipment here. We might be in the market for some ourselves. Do you know of any options for us to set ourselves up?
It's unfortunately our equipment's spoken for, but if you do
Oh
go
yes,
down
of course,
to,
of course. I just meant if you know any other options.
oh yeah, there's a good weapons store. Pretty good, cheap. Works with a lot of the HUD employees down by a little outside the Cantina district called Vorse Weapons Emporium. Pretty good deals. Check it over to make sure they're not ripping you off with any of the tech. Sometimes they use some scavenged stuff that doesn't always work. But if you got a good eye, you can usually get out with some good equipment.
Okay.
They sell slug throwers by chance.
So yeah, there's little slug throwers, blasters, vibro blades. If you get he kind of leans in and says, if you've got the creds for him, I've even heard he's been able to find some lightsabers. From a lot of the wars and things, he's been able to get his hand on pretty much anything.
Lightsabers,
see.
you
Good to know. I
say.
appreciate it.
He nods and says, "Yeah, but you guys, you better get about your business, though. Easton's itching to get back to the Rock, so you guys better let's pull the strings on the Hutts. Let's say and get down to it. We don't want to keep Koso and Easton waiting."
I'm going to suplex a hut today. Today is a good day.
Okay. All right. So, you guys want to make your way to the weapons emporium, and I can, do the shoot again. They're not gonna want a little bit. They're gonna want a lot. Shoot.
Show 'em what you have. See what it gets us.
Hmm,
All right. So you guys
yeah.
go into
Maybe we can
the
get there.
weapons emporium, or
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just turned to Ping and Ren, I guess the group, and just you guys looking for some additional equipment.
I can always peruse.
I'm a little light on slugs right now.
King
I
just
could buy a
taps his
couple.
head. He taps his temple and just says, "This is the only weapon I need, but I'll tag along."
all
Hope
right.
it's sharp.
Your cloak is not a weapon, sir.
So you guys, you're able to make your way down to kind of the Nar Shaddaa streets. You do come outside of the Cantina district to see kind of a big old warehouse with "Vor" written across it in big black letters. You see kind of a picture of like a Doug smiling. Dougs are those guys with the really long arms and kind of like a almost like orangutan arms, are like super long, almost disproportionate to their bodies. You
Sabalba,
see a
right?
big Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah,
Sebulba.
Sabalba.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you see a big picture of him outside the building. And then if you guys enter in, you see kind of just racks and racks of different salvage, as well as just different kind of weapons, materials, and things. That you do see the Doug come hauling out, using his arms for support. Uh,
guild might come after him.
Definitely. So, Ping, give me a lore check with advantage on that.
The other problem is that we're no longer at the ship. We went to the weapons shop, and going back is definitely going to be suspicious.
So, Ping, you know that there's no official law enforcement on the moon, but if you're able to own your own business, you're probably in the pocket of one of the Hutts. And the Hutts aren't going to let one of their places get knocked over without doing something about it.
Aren't you? Oh, hold on. And I don't mean to meta, but aren't you the what is it? The persuasion counselor?
Yeah.
Can't you do like you didn't see this and stuff like that, or you can make people forget, right?
I mean, I can change. Yeah, to some extent. Sure, I can try it. I have a few tricks, but I mean, I'm not going to be able to convince them just that we're going to take this crate and leave. We're going to have to pay for it. Might get a good discount, but I don't think. I think that's really hard.
Well,
to...
what we could do, and this is just a thought. Somebody uses force pull, force push. Something's knocked. Oh, hey, like let me check that out in the back. Someone grabs it, gets out the door. He comes back and he's like, "Wait a second, wait," and then you do the like forget thing, and he's like, "What was I thinking about?" And he's like, "No, you just dropped something."
What was the price? Is there an issue with the price? We're talking about the grenades now, right? Explosives?
Definitely.
Yeah,
So
okay.
the explosive, I don't think you guys have gotten the price yet. But he basically says for the three that work or the two that kind of, you may need to do a little bit of inspection on. I'll let him go for you for about 900 credits. But just because your friend's so friendly over there.
1,000 credits for some grenades, guys. Come on.
And Ping would just be, oh, I say, friend to friend. I mean, player to player. We know you're charging a little bit more than there. I think you can make us a deal. I said, relationships. That's what life's all about. And at the
How
same
about for
time,
6 grenades that work?
Yeah, and I'll do affect mind on him too.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, give me so affect mine. What's your DC again?
Let me look it up.
And that's wisdom save, right?
16, and yes, I think it's a wisdom save.
All right.
It's been a while.
Oh, sweet. He fails that.
So I just have advantage on charisma checks.
Exactly.
That's what that is.
That's nice. So give me a persuasion roll.
It's been a while since I looked at this character.
Nice.
21.
Yeah, so you see he looks around and says, all right. Let's say because the three that are working, these are still pretty quality. I'll give them to you for 700.
Just kind of look around at the group.
I could chip in for that.
Okay.
I'll turn to just Ren and say, Ren, I think I can't speak for the others, but I feel that you would, between at least you and I, have the best eye for the quality of these goods. Is that a fair price?
Do I get any indication of if that's a fair price or not?
You do. So you can see that these look to be kind of almost like a weaker version of the fragmentation charges. So you think 700 for three of them, and two that are iffy, is a good price.
I'll nod my head to Uul and say, yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Gil will toss 200 credits into the pile. All right, everyone. Chip
I
in.
only got 200, so I got 100 I can toss.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we have the what is it? The
Party
group?
fund?
Yeah, party funds.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever's in there, pull it out for now and then go from there.
Yeah.
That could work.
Perfect. So you guys were able to buy the charges. The dog looks happy. All right. You guys are hard bargainers over there, but come back anytime. I'm always looking for, especially new Mandalorian customers. You guys are always looking for the gadgets.
Vorse,
Yeah.
one last thing.
Oh,
Mhm.
How about something of the organic variety? Looking for a pet. Someone someone to keep us company on those long trips through hyperspace. Something exotic and wild. Any resources for that?
Aliens, we do a little bit of kind of exotic animals. Are you looking for something fluffy or something that can get the job done?
You got both?
It's just yeah, we got a little bit of both. More of the a little bit more of the vicious type. He looks around. Usually my customers, especially the huts, like things that can tear apart something else. But I got both covered if you need. He says, let's go out back. You see him kind of leads you through the warehouse. And he comes through kind of a little back area filled with this kind of cages of different exotic animals. One thing he kind of goes first and says, we got a little baby bantha. I know they're cute for a little while, but people usually get tired of them, uh, especially depending on how big his ship is. It may eat you out of house and home. He points and says, "We do have a nice young accolade, and the accolates are those little things from the Clone Wars, like the little praying mantis type thing."
Oh yeah,
He says,
beautiful looking things.
"This one's new. One of my customers just brought it in. I think, especially if you give it a little time to get a little bigger, it's pretty formidable now. But if it gets bigger, those things, I've seen them wreck even full-blown soldiers."
Let's kind of look to the group, see if there's any opinions.
I mean, I think the Ackley would work on a hunt.
yeah.
It's pretty. What is it? Gaudish? Gaudy?
Yeah, Gotti.
Gaudish.
If we don't think, the spice route is gonna work.
Yeah, so you see him kind of look at the accolades. Says, "This thing's it's young. I got a couple others. I can let it go to you for 400 creds."
That is the cheapest exotic animal.
Yeah,
I'm feeling
is
that.
there something up with that price that? Well, I guess the first question would be what is my opinion of that price, or what do I think of that price for this exotic animal?
You
Out of
think it's a little
character. That's
cheaper than you'd
right.
expect. Even without a lore or intelligence check, you think it's a little cheap, especially with kind of how he's negotiated before.
Yeah. So
What's wrong
Could
with
I?
it?
yeah, is
Could
there
I
something
look
wrong
at
with it,
the
or something?
Ackley?
So you see him, look, nothing wrong per se. It's healthy. But these things, just a forewarning between friends. They're a little bit of a bastard to train. Killed one of my employees last week. This one
Oh my
did.
god.
Uh, yeah, don't worry. It's a little Rhodian guy. I can find somebody new to take his shift. But I don't really feel like dealing with the thing anymore. You want it, it's yours. 300 credits. Take them off my head. That was my cost. But if you get killed, it's on you.
300, 400 credits now. 300 credits. You really want to get rid of this thing, huh?
He's like, it's taking up space right now, and I can't let it starve to death. That's against my sensibilities. But uh, whatever you all do with it's on you.
Is there any? Is there any like um, ill intention behind him trying to pass this off on us, or does he seem genuine and just trying to get rid of it for those reasons?
Give me an insight check.
Um, just kind of reach up and press a hand to my chest to help out.
Self-guidance.
No, I'm not gonna. Yeah.
You are, from what you see, it looks like he just generally doesn't like it and is trying to push him off on the first person he sees.
I think it's perfect.
300 credits ain't bad price for
Yeah,
A
not bad.
blood. Where are we gonna get some kind of like cage?
We get a
Or
cardboard box to bring it home in.
it just stabs through the cardboard, and you're just like, oh god.
Yeah, is it in a
You-
crate or anything now?
so it is in a cage.
Okay.
He says, I'm going to keep the cage for myself, but we do sell stun collars. I can hook you up with one of those, or if you do want to buy a cage, we do have some in the back of the warehouse, too.
How are we going to get on a shuttle with one of these things? I'm not exactly sure they would clear customs or anything like
Is
that.
this the part where we throw the Pokeball out? Like,
Yeah.
This is my service, Acklay. Don't mind. Don't touch him. He'll stab you.
Well, the nice thing, you guys have been on the smuggler's moon long enough to realize is there's no real authority outside of the huts. And if you pay enough, people usually let you do what you want.
What if we just spook them? Do you think that would work? We just grr, and then they'll be like, okay, all right, my friend. What am I talking about? It's Nar Shaddaa. People try to do that all the time.
All right, so what are you guys thinking? So he's offered you for 300 credits. He offered a little stun thing to you for 100 credits. Then you guys can take it if you like.
We can always strap it to my back to get it placed the planes.
Oh, you wanna have like? Okay, all right.
do we want to take bets that no one has animal handling in the group?
And it's a size large too, so I'd be a little cautious with that.
no.
So it's not a small
It's
That's a
animal.
small
half
for an
joke.
accolade, but still big. It's small for.
Oh,
That's a
okay.
half joke from Gil. He's not fully willing to do that.
I mean, I have 4 to animal handling, but I mean, even then, it wouldn't be bad to have a shock collar on them.
Oh yeah, definitely. Still need
Yep.
that, but yeah, Ull seems
What could go wrong?
yeah, like it.
What could go wrong?
He enjoys this
a
bad
child accolade
Bad idea.
in a spaceport,
Alright,
butcher
so
people. Yeah.
he takes the 400 credits. It gives you a little the stun collar. He equips it on. And gives you guys a little leash. Uh, kind of he
A
has one of his
leash?
he has his droid bring the crate to the outside of the facility, and he goes. He stays inside. You see him waving for the door. Have fun, guys. Remember, no returns. And he closes the door.
I can only imagine this thing in the harness with like one of those extending leash.
All right. So as after he closes the door, you see the little protocol droid open it, and you see the accolade kind of strut outside of the facility. It does. Who's by? Where you guys buy the crates, or who's first closest to the crate? Would you say?
I'll stay near it because I have some animal handling.
And I'll be right behind him, ready to toss him out of the way of this thing.
Oh, and you get a data pad too with the the stun thing. Who's holding that?
Do you want to hold it, Gil?
I prefer if this thing gets out of hand to use my bare hands. Of course I want to hold it, give it here.
Okay.
It's a zap zap button.
Zap, zap.
See the accolade as it gets out, it looks a little like kind of a little off end, but then it starts to charge away from you guys, start to run down the street.
Do I do
What
it
do y'all
now?
do? Are you pushing the button, Gil?
He was waiting for everyone else's like thoughts. Should I do it now?
Right.
It's getting a little far.
Yeah,
Oh,
do it now.
Okay. And he just clicks it.
Alright, you click the stun thing. Uh, oh, and so you see it kind of zap the accolade, but it's still moving, a little slower now, though.
It didn't work. I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
get it.
try to calm it down. What I,
Alright.
you know, animal
So give me
handling.
an animal handling.
Great. Now it's on a blood rage.
So it's
Fucking
still
hard attack.
charging down
Yeah.
the street. You see the leash trailing behind it. So it's probably about 30 feet away from you guys at this point.
Gil's gonna jump over
Um,
to the leash with his where is it in Berserker's Instinct? Flying Nox Instinct. Grab
Okay.
the leash and hit the button.
All right. Give me an athletics check with advantage. Let me see how he does on this.
Okay. Okay.
There we go.
Ooh,
Much better.
nice.
So let's see. So he succeeds
just
from being stunned, but he probably won't. Actually, he is not able to get away from you. So you are able to reel him in. Kind of pull out of. And he looks like those two stuns have tired him out a bit. While he's straining against you, he doesn't look like he's about to dart again.
Gil's just giving him a big hug. It's alright there. You're fine. Hey guys, it's actually not that bad to hug. I thought it'd be slimy. It's actually pretty nice. A little warm too. Come on, give it a try. Just be careful of the knife-like legs.
I'm gonna pass on this one.
me too.
Ping is just standing back, just watching all this.
Bing, get over here.
Yeah.
I'm actually.
I'm
I
good
might
over
be a little
here. You
sad
got it under control.
All right, so you guys, exactly. Looks like it's at least going for you right now. You've got it under control. What's next for you guys?
Are we heading to the shuttles?
Yeah, I think we're good to go. I mean, that,
Yep.
We got the before we do. I know this is just a thing. I want to make sure that our are we still in our disguises?
Did you guys have disguises on?
Yeah.
I think there was an
Whenever we were
attempt,
in the
but
last
it
thing,
was. Although I don't know if everyone did it. I know that.
because I know that you it was difficult for us to disguise you,
Yeah.
but I remember trying to give you a disguise. Let me see if I
Alright.
can find it.
Well, we'll say you
Disguise
guys
kit,
are
yeah.
disguised up. Yeah, so you guys are, except for the Thorian stands out a little bit, but everybody else is kind of disguised up on that side. You are able to make your way, excuse me, to the spaceport. You kind of getting some looks as you guys are walking through the spaceport with your own little accolade on leash. As you get towards the counter, you see a little Toydarian fly over with a little, looks like a little official uniform on and say, "You gonna bring that beast on board?"
Is it? Oh, you talk about. Okay, yeah. We're bringing this.
You know, we don't got no rules about this, but if that thing kills somebody, it's gonna be bad for business. I may have to do some paperwork.
You might could we swing by a butcher shop and just buy like discs of meat that we could just throw it?
I'll just tell the pilot or whoever's talking to us to say, my friend, any PR is good PR. So if you have an incident, it might bring some good attention to your service. So, but trust us, we will keep our friend. Uh, we will keep him taken care of on the ride over.
I can
Okay.
see it now on the headlines. 7 people mauled to death by an accolade. Nothing
So,
like good PR,
uh, you see him shrug his head, says, "Well, it's not my name on the company, but there will have to be a special ticket for the beast. Let's say 80 credits. That's you on the ship."
Let's just toss him the money. I don't care.
So yeah, you guys. He takes the 80 credits. It says, "Yeah, you got a special pass," and then waves you guys onto the ship. You are able to board without the issue. The accolade. Give me another animal handling check while you guys are on the shuttle.
I'll be giving the help action due to
Ooh.
the
All
fact
right.
that currently basically just I constantly have hand contact on this thing at all times.
Uh, so give me an animal handling. Give me an athletics check because neither one of you guys have animal handling as a skill, right?
Yeah, I don't have it as
Okay.
a skill.
Yeah.
So
So give me the animal handling. You already did. And give me an athletics check, Gil.
13.
So the Ackley is pretty tame. It tried to take a swipe at one of the other passengers, but luckily Gil was able to pull it back, and Nora was able to calm it down before it got too dangerous in there.
Very feisty. What are we gonna name this thing? We're taking it with us after we do the thing, right?
we're naming it Jeremy.
Alright, I like it.
No emotional
Exotic.
attachments, Gil. That is certainly a path you do not want to go down.
I am a Mandalorian. I have
We
an
are
emotional attachment to my gun.
we are bringing a exotic pet to a hut so we could. I think we're past that point, man.
All right, so you guys are able to take off from Nar Shaddaa, the moon, and you go down to now Hutt. So you kind of just see the green swamps as you enter the atmosphere. It does take you to kind of one of the nearest settlements, and you guys are able to, if you decide to walk or try to hire a speeder, if you like, to take you out towards the base.
I'm gonna regret asking this, but is there any possible way Gil could actually ride the accolade there?
Give me an animal handling check with disadvantage.
Seriously, like Gil just kind of slightly puts any weight on this thing, and immediately it just turns on him.
So as you guys are walking down, or as Gil tries to ride the accolade, it tries to rake him with its claws. So you see it lash out. It does 12 damage as the accolade swipes at the Gil as he falls off of it.
Ow.
Gil just kind of dusts himself off, gets back up, and gets all the sleds off, and just like, no, I deserve that. All right. Let's be honest. We all knew what was going to happen there. I just wanted to see if it liked me enough. Progress, though. Progress.
What
The
do we have a
nature of growth.
Sorry, do we have a gauge of how long it is to get out to the estate?
Not super long. If you guys just hoofed it, it'd probably just take you about an hour.
I'm gonna use seethe on the way there, just to get back a bit of health.
So the whole time you're
Oh,
just like,
solid roll. Solid.
Yeah, I'll do. At some point in our journey, I just want to do battle precognition with the 10-minute rule there to try to avoid the hunt.
yes, I would like to do that too. I would
Alright.
like to do that. Well, hold on.
Force
I don't know if
body
I
for
need-
me. I get that from force sensitive. I don't know if that adds to it.
So that
No.
would too. So both you guys. So for yours, force body. That's just a straight one. So that gives you 2 points, and then the other guys roll the wisdom save, I think,
Can we do charisma or wisdom or
or
just
wisdom or charisma. Yeah.
cool?
Oh, that's the force save.
That was not with advantage, so 10 on that.
Oof.
Wow.
Alright. So I think you guys. Let me
Roll
bring up the.
terrible.
Yeah. So you all, unfortunately, I think both failed that. 10 plus power level. Yeah, so you guys so both of you guys take 2 points for that. And you all are able to make it towards the compound for the hut. You do see the turrets swivel at you after a bit. And a couple mechanical voice yell out, "State your business."
Oh,
Those guns.
guys, I totally forgot. We were supposed to go back to the guy.
Right now,
To who?
so Bean just kind of goes up in front. Like, yeah, we have
Oh.
this fantastic beast that we think your master might appreciate. And I just point to the outlight, which everyone sees.
You know, guys, I was so close. I was so close, and I forgot this. Such a detail. Ah,
His name is Jeremy. He has a bit of a temper.
Give me a persuasion check, Pig.
All right.
How did I forget that?
Nice. Yeah. So you kind of hear the mechanical voice go, another pet. All right. You come to the gate. We'll screen you guys up front. Uh, so you guys, you see the turret track you guys as you approach towards the gate, and you do see kind of a little Zabrakian guy come out and kind of give you guys a once over and say, "All right, so you've got the accolade. Uh, make sure there's no funny business going on. Uh, we would want you guys to relinquish your weapons. We'll let you in. You meet with the Hutt, sell the accolade, get your credits, and you can head out."
I'm going to.
And Pink.
I am a Mandalorian.
Well, that's good for you, Mando. That's good.
I'm going to give them my wrist launcher and my yeah, I'm gonna give them my wrist launcher. The rest of my weapons have the hidden feet.
Oop, don't mind the vibro claw. I'll give over my
I stab.
I stab him. I give over my vibro claw and my blaster carbine, but my holdout has hidden, so I'm gonna keep that on me.
Alright.
Yeah.
Gil's going to be very almost childish about it, just not willing to give up his weapons, but eventually seeing everyone else doing it, he will relent, but he's going to keep his knucklers because they have the hidden property as well.
Yeah, and Ping is just going to hold up his cane saber. It just looks like a regular cane. Be like, you're really going to take a cane from an old man?
Alright.
Okay, so apparently not all sabers are hidden property.
No, some of them.
Tegan, I'm gonna
Martial
need help with
sabers
the
not have-
ruling when you get the
No,
chance.
mine has the disguised. It doesn't have hidden.
Yeah.
I'll also be keeping my martial saber.
So I
Hey,
will
Tegan,
reluctantly hand over my dual phase.
Oh, you're heading over the saber? You see it.
bro, hide it. No.
I can. It doesn't have the hidden property apparently.
Uh,
I guess
you see,
Why don't we?
I wanted to see if horrible insight, but to see if he's genuine in this part of the transaction.
If they see that a Jedi is going to be coming in, they're going to ask so many questions.
I mean, they would already know. It's on my person.
That's he takes the saber. And it looks you Jedi, you kill a Jedi.
That's for me to know.
Oh, something.
You're not a Jedi, are you?
You see, if I had a force, I wouldn't be up here. But
Do you think I'd be hanging out with a couple Mandalorians if I was a Jedi?
That's good one. So, yeah, so he looks at yeah. He probably wouldn't. You all have bad blood. So must have been a good fight for you to get that saber. I'll keep it nice for you until you get back.
I count on you doing that.
All of my weapons are loaded. They better be loaded when I come back. And Gil also dumps the 100 slugs just down.
Yeah, so you see, he looks annoyed. And it's like, I'm not picking that up, bro. I'm not picking. And he's like, you can pick this up when you get back out. No, let's do that. So everybody, give me a stealth check that's hiding a weapon.
As the rules, it says it's sleight of hand, but I'll do stealth if you
Oh,
want.
is it sleight of hands? Oh yes, so sleight of hand actually. Yeah.
You saved him.
Fantastic.
That's a
Really.
8. Wow.
All right. Is that that is
With
everybody?
advantage, since it has the hidden.
Oh yeah, it is.
Oh
with
yeah, so give me another
advantage 'cause
round.
It's hidden. That's a 7. Oh my god! Why?
You go to try to hide it, and you just make it way more obvious.
Apparently, I have a high dex, but I just don't have I don't have proficiency in the skill, so I just got screwed.
Is it just
Hey, we got the same deck.
Yeah, there's no way I can help you out on that. Is it just the one guy looking though?
It is just the one guy outside right now.
Yeah, I don't want to risk getting in a fight with this guy. Never mind.
I guess I'll try and add a defiant, but I don't think it'll help that much.
You know, I will. I'm gonna try a mind trick on him to
Okay.
give him disadvantage on his investigation or perception.
Okay.
So,
That's at least tough to attempt. As he starts looking us over, all of our hidden weapons just flop right out.
Yeah, and so he failed that. You would have well, that because I'd have disadvantage on seeing. So let's see what he does with his disadvantage. He's got a +2 modifier, so let's see how this comes out. Oh, yeah, disadvantage, but a 16 still. So he looks at Noru as well as the Mandalorian. He says, "You guys got guns. Just put them out here, and we won't have any issues."
I'm going to place my vibroblade.
So he looks. I know you got more in there. I can see see something poking in your pocket.
Maybe I'm just happy to see.
Ren sits down her holdout and says, "Okay, but it'll only be bad for you in the end."
Why'd it be bad for me?
You're taking a gun
You'll
from
find
a
out.
Mandalorian.
I rolled
self-explanatory.
perception because I'm not trying to convince him that it's not a weapon, but I just have it's actually like a cane for walking. So I don't know if he wants to take that away from me, but
So you passed yours. So he looks at you like, you can keep your cane. So he gathers up the rest of the gear. Unless you guys want to do something else before you head in.
No, I got my tech casting stuff. I'll be fine either way.
So I need to hand over. Did he ask for me to hand over the other blaster, or am I good?
So he asked for that. You got the rest of him. He was able to see that you were too stealthy in your house. Proficient in your sleight of.
I'll hand my holdout.
So yeah, he takes the guns. You see him put them in a little crate, and then he leads you guys inside the facility. This is another one. You just see kind of the gaudiness of the hut. You see a lot of different of those kind of gold pictures around with the hut in different poses, with the kind of the Fothra clan symbol all over them. You also you see kind of looks to be like a little den. You just got a hut style den. You see a lot of just hangers on in the area, different dancers. But after a while, you do come into looks to be kind of this little gathering, his little kind of throne room. Uh, and you see 4 goons in there, 2 Gamorreans, as well as 2 thugs on that side. And you also see the hut in a little recliner couch next to his big old symbol on the floor. And he looks and says, "Let me get you a little thing for the accolade." Uh, it looks as what brings you to me today? This accolade, are you still gonna sell?
So Ping comes forward and goes, the mighty Caldoa. It's finally good to meet you. And so, yeah, and I point to the alkali and I say, actually, we bring this as a gift. We would like to talk about potential business opportunities.
You see kind of a smile and go across his face. This is a good gift. I've never had my own accolade. Maybe it could play well with my uh, new pets I purchased. You see, he looks at one of his Gamorreans and says, take care of that for me. And you see the Gamorrean try to kind of carefully walk up and evade the beast slash, and almost like takes his head off. And he looks back to the hut and grunts. The hut kind of sighs. Do you looks like you got a shot collar on it? Do you guys have the device? You might have to give it to my boy.
Gil walks up to the man, looks him dead in the eyes.
His name is Jeremy. He has a temper. Do not mistreat Jeremy.
As he just lightly drops it into the Gamorrean's hands. This one right here.
Yeah, that guy right there. Give me an intimidation check.
Intimidation. 23.
So you gotta come over and you see the Gamorrean is first a little scared of the accolade, and now he's a little scared of you. He grunts, and kind of nods his head repeatedly.
Gil goes over to the accolade, gives it one last little head rub, but gets in close and whispers to it where he thinks the ear is.
When I give the signal, eat him like a potbelly.
I could use a mind trick to intentionally enrage him.
Do you have like coerce mind?
I don't have coerced mind, but one of the things about the mind trick is that if they succeed the save, um, it becomes hostile towards you. A creature prone to violent might attack you, but if I'm not near it, and if I did that and it succeeded, would it then just become hostile in general?
Oh, well, you'd have to be near it, because you have to be within I think, what, 60 feet of it?
30 feet?
30 feet?
Mhm.
That's it kind of becomes it's hostile towards you, so you'd have to be inside within kind of a decent the 30 feet range of it.
Would it only be hostile to me, or would it be hostile to like anyone or anything?
Uh,
I'm just trying to, because it's an animal. That's why I'm trying to be a little like, because
I
they're
don't
not
know that
quite.
that's our
They
course
might
of
not be
action
able
here,
to.
though, regardless.
uh,
And if something were to happen, they could be like, "Oh no, the Acklay, Keldoa's fascination with pets got him killed."
alright, so what's the play here, guys?
I'm just looking at Ping, waiting for the, any further negotiations. I nodded approvingly as Ping, offered it as a gift, trying to, create a business relationship. So
Yeah, so I just kind of nod to Naro to kind of present the spice to see if he'd be interested in it. And then I kind of hobble over to Ool and I just start up like I'm kind of disengaging from that conversation and I kind of hand him the cane saber and I say, check out the quality of that wood. Like I'm like old and senile and just like squirrel.
While I'm walking up to Keldoa,
Mhm.
right? Is that what we're doing? Would I be able to survey the room with the guards to see what kind of armaments they have equipped?
Yeah, give me a perception check. Alright, so it looks like the Gamorreans are wielding vibro axes. I do see the other guys have blaster carbines. The Hut looks like he's got a little pistol next to him as well.
Looks like we're
Okay.
stealing some
Okay.
weapons. Let's go.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll approach the hut um, and I will present him. do you- I'm guessing at this point we have you've removed the brick from your helmet, or do you wanna?
Oh yeah, Gil kind of flips his helmet over, takes out the brick, tosses it to you, puts his helmet back on.
I'll catch it and I'll open up uh, my pack and present him with the spice. And I'm get. Did the grenades come in like a carrying case or something?
Oh yeah,
Or
so
did
you
I?
guys got a little box for him.
Okay. And then I'm gonna present him with the box of grenades.
You see him look. It says you got spice and some grenades. He looks okay. He looks at the spice closely. Where'd you get this from?
We
Yes.
what? Where did you get this? Yes. We have a vendor off Nar Shaddaa that's trying to make it into trying to open their trading market to a more higher tier market, if you would.
You see, it looks as. Uh, I've been most interested in knowing your source. My clan trades in spice itself. We don't always like much competition. Uh, but you brought me a gift today. You've uh, got some weapons and spice. You guys come here. I've been feeling generous today. Let me give you guys some more credits. This is for in honor of you bringing me such a new beast. Uh, Yeah, looks as you guys approach, you see him kind of reaching into his bag, and he looks kind of at you all and says, uh, "What truly brings you all here? You've brought me a brick of spice, and some explosives. I've never heard of you on the moon before. Uh, I don't often get visited by Mandalorian mercenaries, and whatever the hell you all are. What's your true reason for coming to me today?"
Looking for some Jedi bounties if you have them. Any location.
He waves and says, "I don't give a grip about the Jedi. With them, not really doing much center stage. It's let me make a little bit more money. If you want a bounty on them, you go work with those exchange nerf herders."
Okay, so you guys good? You guys ready?
So while this conversation is going on, I kind of look over at Ool and Ren to see if they're kind of ready. I like to see if they are preparing, I guess.
Ren will just
And
give
if
like
so,
a little nod through her helmet here.
So I'm going to Keldo has a pistol. That's when you say it's next to him. Is it like give me like an idea of what that means? Is it like on a table? Is it like sitting on his couch, just like underneath his arm?
So it's like I have on the couch next to him.
Okay. You guys ready to go?
yeah, so I'm gonna get ready to cast hallucination as soon as a fight breaks out. Yes.
Um, anybody else? Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to do force disarm, grab the pistol, and just be like, yeah, and just open
What
fire.
size is the hut?
What
I believe
size is what?
large.
What size is the hut? Is he
He's
large or huge?
he's large.
That means he can be grappled. I think.
Pulling a Leia.
All right.
Gil said he was gonna suplex this man, this slug, and he plans on suplexing this slug. Just to make sure, the grapple is a form of attack action, right?
It is. So I gotta run to the bathroom real quick. But you guys, so pick one person to make an action because these guys are pretty. They're on edge. They're paying attention to you. One of you guys may get an action off before initiative. So I'll let you guys decide amongst yourself who's that gonna be.
I can
Yeah.
I can disarm the hut and grab the blaster pistol and start the.
I think that's a good way to do it.
You think
Yeah,
so?
that right there would be pretty good.
Very, very,
Ren,
very Return of the Jedi esque.
yeah, I'm down for it.
Yeah.
Ren is going to probably like run up to this guy and just start wailing on him until she can get the blaster carbine.
My attempt is I'm going to try to disable these two back here with a hallucination.
Okay.
And we're
And-
gonna have Jeremy at our back, helping us the whole time, and totally not immediately going to Red.
Yeah, Ren, you might
Ping,
want.
you said,
Yeah.
Ping, you handed over your cane.
Cane saber. Yeah, it's just a simple light weapon that does 1d6.
Okay.
It has the finesse property, but that's optional. It's not
Yeah.
required. So it's better than no lightsaber.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna step away to the bathroom too, because if we're gonna start, shooting force powers around, I need to use the bio break refresher real quick. That's
Oh,
a Star Wars
what were-
term.
Yeah. What were these guys in front of us? I forgot. Were they just humans?
I think they may be Reekray.
Alright, so what are you guys thinking?
What were these guys in front of us here, real quick? I forgot. The two back here are Gamorreans, but
Yeah, so they're just kind of weak way guards. You see they've got some blaster rifle or some carbines. Looks like. So what are y'all thinking?
So I think Noru is going to go after Force Disarm to try and grab the the pistol, and then it's go time. So
All right. So yeah, give me so what would that be? He's not wearing it. So let's. Is there anything for that?
Ping, you said
Alright.
1d6.
yeah, just 1d6. There's nothing.
Okay.
Oh, actually, that's a problem. I just thought of that. That's my focus.
Well, what'd you do that
not.
for?
Actually, no.
Oh, so you don't need
I
any
have,
focus.
I have
what
a
was that?
focus generator. Never mind. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, the cane saber is not what I use. I have a focus generator. That's why I did that.
All right. Are we good? Is everybody?
Yes.
Let's
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So it's a disadvantage. It's not being worn. So he is. You see the blaster start to float. Keldoa slam his hand out on top of it, and he looks around at you all. And kind of gives a deep chuckle.
Wait, what? Did I cast it? I don't think I casted it yet. Or did I say that I was going to cast it?
I thought that was a plan for you guys.
Did he roll a save? Oh, yeah,
25.
yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, he saved.
Trying to grapple this guy no longer seems so appealing. With my 4 athletics.
All right. Is everybody in initiative? Let me get these guys in there.
There is another option. I literally dropped darkness here on him.
Right now it's initiative.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
As he's chuckling, could Gil yell Jeremy now?
You can yell Jeremy now. But he doesn't know what that means.
He doesn't know.
So you yell Jeremy now, and everybody looks around for Jeremy. Where is this guy?
Jeremy.
Just kind of points to him for a second. You're Jeremy. Hey! Sick him.
I just rolled that. I don't know if we're actually doing anything for that.
I was doing the joke.
Man, I'm loving their rolls, man.
All right, Noro, you're up first.
Okay. Shoot. All right. If I'm not gonna get it from him, I'm gonna try to use um, force disarm on one of the weak way.
All right. He succeeds.
You know what?
That's
I don't like this guy very much. So, am I able to? I don't know if I have a bonus action that would allow me to. I could cast Phase Strike.
yeah, you
No,
could
but I have
cast
to.
Phase Strike, but you still need to use your action to attack.
Yeah, never mind. That takes a bonus action and an action. Force Blind? I don't know. Yeah, it takes one action. I'm going to not do anything.
All right. So you see him grab hold of it. He keeps a hold of that gun. And then you see, Ool, you're up.
It didn't work as I
Alrighty.
planned it, guys.
I think. Yeah, I'm going to just. I'll pull the saber out from the cane sheath, whatever, and I think just rush up towards this guy here and go after him. So I get. Sorry, sheet is half cut off. I think I want a bonus action something first. The Sorisu, I think it is, yeah, for damage resistance. So I'll bonus action Sorisu and then take an attack with the saber.
Sounds good.
All right, on that Gamorrean. And yeah, this is quite a foreign object to what I'm used to.
As long as I have a weapon in my hand, I can be proficient in it. It just seems that I can't get a weapon on my hands.
Bill can give you a knuckler.
That's a
I mean,
is a little unfamiliar with the cane saber, and as he gets a kind of just a testing swing, the Gamorrean is able to dodge aside. And Ren, you're up.
Alrighty, Ren is going to start walking forward here, making sure to give a wide berth to Jeremy. Actually, right here, and then we're going to do flame sweep from one of her gauntlets here on her Mando armor. She's gonna go.
Outstanding move.
Oh, don't mind the Ranger's Quarry target lock thing.
All right. And so that's just at the weak way.
That's at the guy in the upper right here.
All right.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. So dex save. So he's
Okay. Well, he's gonna.
take half damage.
Yep.
Yeah, so you kind of sweep the room. You see him dodge aside a bit, but he's burnt a bit as the flame kind of washes over him.
And
All
that's
right.
all for me here.
The Gaborian is up. You see him drop Jeremy's leash. It is going to run towards Ping. So let's see. you see as he runs towards Ping, he kind of slings his axe. It tries to grapple the Jedi, or the grapple Ping. So give me a contested athletics check. Shit, you and the Gamorrean did terribly.
He might still beat me.
Hey man, we're just hoping that you don't run into the curse that you always do, where it's like you get an ailment for an entire combat session, or we're doomed, and then you come out of nowhere and you're just like, I solve combat.
It's one or the other.
So the Gamorrean, as he runs up, pretty much trips over his own feet. And Pig is able to evade the grapple. All right, Gil, you're up.
Can Gil just like, since this thing clearly doesn't recognize the name Jeremy, can Gil just kind of point it towards the Gamorrean?
Uh, give me a straight luck check and see if we can make a animal handling check just afterwards. So straight luck, high, above so right on the dot. So give me an animal handling check.
Is
It's
this
gonna
my
be
action?
this would be your action in a DC
Oh, in that
15.
case, I'm not certain about it. Gil just kind of does like the him. Oh, forget it. And he's gonna go into his rage immediately.
All right.
And with that, he's going to he is going to run up to this lad right here immediately. And with his lightsaber, am I able, if I'm bringing out my lightsaber, would I be able to two-hand it, or is it still one-handed this turn?
Yeah, you'd be able to land it.
In that case, Gil's gonna take out the good old purple lightsaber, flick it on in two of his forearms, and take a big slash to this Gamorrean with reckless attack.
All right.
Actually, hold
And
up.
which Glomorian are you attacking? Are you attacking the one next to Ping? Yeah.
Yes. Here we go. Martial lightsaber.
That'll
23
hit.
for 11 damage. I forgot to add my rage damage, I believe. I did. So 13, actually.
Nice. You cut a pretty good gash into the Gamorrean.
Alright. And that will be my turn.
Perfect. So you see the two thugs line up their blaster shots. Uh, Focusing first, one is shooting at Ul, the other at Rin. It's a Ul shot. That's a 17. Does that hit you?
Yep.
Alright, so one gets the blaster carbine off. It kind of gets a score across Ul. Not much damage at all with that Sarusu form, so I think just 2 damage you take from that one.
Okay.
And then Ren,
Oh,
uh, that'll hit for 9 energy damage. And do they make 2 attacks? They do. The other guy is up, and he is going to take his 2 shots at Gil. I think both those hit you, right?
He had
Yeah, you got a
advantage.
16. Yeah. Oh, yeah, with advantage too. So that'll be the first one.
Yep. First one, just. Yep.
Oh, that's a good roll for you, though.
Wow.
5 damage on a crit. Uh,
Uh,
4 damage on the other one.
keep in mind, if
Wow.
it's energy, I'm resistant.
Oh yeah.
So
So
you only
would that
take
be
2
2 and
damage?
2?
Too?
2
Yeah.
and 2.
In that case, for my for my reaction, let's see here. Do I want to use a force power for this? I I do not. For my reaction, I'm going to activate Saber Reflect as Gil just does a Shen block to what the crit would have been. Saber Reflect.
Yeah, give me a
Followed
d6.
by, yep, D6. Come on, higher than 2. Reduce to 0.
So you're able to reduce that. And then Ping, you're up.
Hold up. Because I reduced it to 0, I'm able to launch it back at him. If I can hit him with a force attack.
Uh, oh yeah, because the system. So yeah, resistance comes into effect before. Yeah, so you can make a force attack on.
Alright. Here we go. Does an 18 hit?
18 does hit.
Alright, so
Wait,
what's
hold up.
the
Can
dice
you
for this thing?
use force powers while raging?
With Marauder? Yes.
Marauder.
Yes, the subclass of Berserker that gives me force abilities. Let me find it.
Oh,
Perfect. Yeah, so you're able to
all right.
reflect that back at him, giving him 5 damage.
There we go. And now
Alright.
that will be my turn. My reaction, rather.
That is very cool. I didn't know about that subclass.
Alright, Ping, you're up.
All right, I'm going to twin cast hallucination. Yes, against these two up here shooting. I'm going to attempt to make them. It's actually it'll look like this guy here, the acolyte, in this space, and kind of this space up here. They have to make intelligence saves. Actually, let me just click the button. Through the work of making it, why don't I just click it? So they have to make intelligence saves of DC. I think I said 16 was my DC.
I think it's a wisdom save for this one.
I thought hallucination was a investigation check. Wait, hold on.
Oh, if they fail to see if it's real.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry. So a wisdom save, and then if they fail, they think it's real, but they can do investigation.
Alright, so the one on the right closest to Jeremy fails. The one on the left does succeed.
So he
What
thinks there's an
happens to them while they're
acolyte
under
right there.
this?
They think the hallucination is real, and they'll internalize it to make it seem like he's being attacked by an acolyte.
Okay.
Perfect. So you see one of them kind of shakes his head, he clears his mind out, but the other looks panicked and yells out, "Now there's 2 of them!"
This is getting out of hand.
Is that
And then,
That'll be
are you staying still, or are you moving anywhere?
I'm just gonna stay where I'm at.
All right. You see, Keldoa looks to be a little upset. He's got a data pad in his hand, but it looks like he's just gonna kind of join the fray for right now. You see, he reaches out with his hand and tries to bash in Noru. So Noru, ooh, that hits. So give me a DC 16 Dexterity saving throw too.
All of a sudden, I'm glad I didn't try and suplex him yet.
So you see him smash into Noru and slam him on the ground and kind of keeping a hold of him. And then you see him try to crush the Zabraki. So give me a DC 16 Strength saving throw.
Duality.
Oof. So you see him kind of grab him, smack him to the ground, and then reach back up and try to crush him into the ground. Kind of blast them against the little golden hut. He yells, "You all will pay for this treachery with your lives." And you see the Gamorrean is up. He's going to do pretty similar to his buddy. And he is going to try to grapple you up, Ul. So give me an athletics check, or acrobatics, your choice. Uh, if I can find the block. Okay, so he grapples Ul up. And you see he begins to kind of drag you towards the fray. So 5 to move over here, 10, 15. And Noro, you're up. And you are grappled too.
Oh, fantastic. What does it take to try to fight the grapple? Is that an action?
Oh, actually, sorry, you're restrained. So yeah, you're restrained. That would take your action. You have to beat that DC 16.
Well, man. You know, there's one thing that I'm not good at, guys. Only one. Strength. Great. So, um, yeah, I'm gonna try to use my action to break free of this grapple.
All right. Ooh, so you try to wiggle, but the Hutt's got you pretty locked down there. And I just realized I forgot to add Jeremy to the initiative.
Noru
So
jinxed
let me
himself talking shit about Ping's bad rolls last time.
Yeah, the difference is I'm like staring him in the face, and he just bashed my head in by like a third.
You remembered the crit damage, right?
What do you mean? The
From the slam.
Yeah, I thought I did. Because it was. Where? Hold on. Now you're throwing me off.
Check that out. Ool, you are up.
All right. Set action to get out of grapple, right?
Yep, you're
Yeah.
just grappled. You don't have any negatives on
Right.
your attack.
All that really all grapple does is just 0 movement, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, nothing. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll just hold on to that, and I guess just
Wait, so there's the 12 damage for the blaster slam, and then 16 for the grapple. Is that correct?
Yeah, 12 for the slam and then 16 for the grapple. Or
Yeah.
the crush.
I'm going down, guys. Hope you guys can do it without me.
Oh, are you down?
No, but I'm going to.
all right. I will not being confident with this borrowed weapon. I'm going to go into Shein Demso and try and get a little extra onto my attack, and then go ahead and make that attack. So this will be with +1 to the attack roll. 26.
Nice.
Oh, mother. If I had mine, it would... So, +1 to the... Well, it's a +1 bonus, so the roll still doesn't crit. Never mind. Okay. But my dual phase would have. So... Alright, that'll hit. And... I will spend 1 point to add a force and power strike to this.
Alright.
Here's the regular damage there. Nice. And then 1 point. Okay, yeah, I'll take it. 15.
Alright, how do you end him?
Yeah, so he's just, I assume he's just kind of held on to me, and I'll take the ping saber and first just slash it down through his shoulder to release his grip, and then come back across his chest just to drop him.
Nice. You see him just crumple to the ground, pieces flying everywhere.
And yeah, just movement. I think I will. I'm gonna run up to this guy, and then that will be my turn.
Alright. Ren, you're up.
Alrighty. So I'm going to shoot more flame, this time just a jet of flame at the dude in front of me.
Nice.
That hits. Nice. You see him, his clothes start to catch fire, and He's like between you blasting flames at him and thinking there's another Ackley there. You see just pure panic on his face.
Sweet. Um, cool. I'm still watching for that, for him to drop a weapon or get dropped. And in the meantime, I'll give a Culto Pack to Noru.
Oh shoot.
Nice. Solid roll too. It looks like. Yeah. That's you give Noro some 6 much needed HP there. And now
Yep.
it is Jeremy's turn. How many people are in this room? 2, 6, 9. He's gonna roll a d10. So Jeremy, as soon as you kind of yell out to him, Gil, he locks eyes on you, and he rushes towards you. And he
Jeremy,
starts.
no! Jeremy! He has advantage.
He does. So he lashes out once with his claws, trying to pierce you through. Oh shit!
No!
Ooh.
Not
Oh
again!
my god.
Jeremy, no!
Oh!
Oh my.
So-
Jesus! Listen, if I wasn't raging, that would be instant, man. That'd be death.
so that's
I-
37 and half. That would be 18.
God. I was saving my hit dice in case I needed to heal on someone else. Hold on. That's not proper math. That's supposed to be 21. But I think on my turn I'm gonna have to use that.
So the Gaborian, seeing that accolade just kind of come up and rock you, is going to try to take a swing at Ping, try to get her out of the way, is try to clear Ping out of the way so you can run.
I have to mention this brilliant one-liner from chat that the Ackley Jeremy came up to Gil and seemed to have hit him with a surprise left. Oh, Pearl Jam
Betrayed
reference
by
there for you
Jeremy.
guys.
So you see the Ackley kind of slams, not the Ackley, the Gaborian slams his axe down at Ping for 13 kinetic damage.
All right. That hurt. And I'm gonna make a concentration save.
Oh yeah, with hallucination.
Nice.
That's even I keep that up and focused. Then Gil, you're up.
You know, if not for the time of C4, I might have just used my hit dice, but then I just had a flashback to every time as a bonus action every round, rolling 1s, 2s, and I think a 1s and 8. So, oh boy. Gil honestly feels a little betrayed.
Poor Jeremy.
Oh, it's the Jedi Order all over again.
So you are going to use Seethe. No!
Oh.
Why'd I do it? I knew it wouldn't go. Gil is legitimately a little like, out of everyone, it went for him.
Oh, that was rough.
Completely just distraught. That'll be that's all I can do. Wait, actually, for Fly Nox Instinct, where I can jump 30 feet, does that provoke an attack of opportunity?
Do you have the does it say it doesn't provoke?
It does not say it doesn't.
So it'd probably provoke for this one then.
If I did that, Pink could move away from the Gamorrean, and I just get run through by, but at the same time, I could give this lad some help over here. So if I stay here, I'm dead. I gotta move.
You're moving, alright.
Have almost just like the tiniest bit of a wince. Gil's gonna do a Ataru leap, a Fly Nox Instinct, all the way over to here. Take the
Alright.
attacks of opportunity. This guy is gonna take 2 damage because flying off.
Alright,
Seven.
so he catches you for 7 damage as you flip away from Jeremy.
The Gamorrean.
Who?
Does the Gamorrean go for the attack of opportunity?
Oh, I forgot about the Gamorrean too. Yeah, I forgot. So, let me pull up his block. Does he? He's not so much good. Ooh. For 6 kinetic damage.
I'm down to 10 immediately. Boy, I'm glad I'm a barbarian. Yeah, Gil just looks to Ping, just like, run, you fool. This lad takes 2 damage. And there's Flying Ox. Let me actually click it for you. Flying Ox Instinct Effect Allies.
Oh, I will say it again. It doesn't do any. Ull's able to
Good.
evade it. And this guy is up. He's looking a little cornered now. You see him drop his carbine and pull out his tech blade. And he's gonna lash out at Ull with 2 strikes. I'm just critting today.
Stop,
Oh,
please.
please! Have mercy, man!
Luckily, I'm not rolling too well on the crits for you all. So, so will that be 18 damage altogether?
18.
And
It looks
18.
like 15.
What's it? Oh no, sorry, 17. Because the 7 plus the 10 plus 5. Oh, actually, no, right. My math is just terrible today.
Okay,
So
15. Yeah. All right.
He's
'Cause
critting
I
so much
had.
because he can't do math.
Yeah, I don't think
4 crits
anything that
already.
helped with
Let's
that.
go.
So, unless. Dex mod plus. Yeah. Oh, that's a lot. Because if I don't reduce it, that's fine. I'll take it. I've got some temp points. Okay.
Okay.
Tegan, did you say if that the weak way actually dropped his weapon? Like, is it
Yeah,
on
he
the
did,
floor?
yeah, he did drop the blaster to the floor.
Okay, good.
The other thug is up. He is still really scared about the accolade that he thinks is next to him. So he unloads 2 rounds into the floor. Does he take his psychic damage on your turn or his turn? Being
My turn.
okay.
I don't know if he takes it on the turn I cast it.
No, I think it's just each next turn you're able to do that.
Yeah.
Ping, don't forget you can run away from the Gamorrean currently. He doesn't have an attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
Neither does Jeremy either, depending on where you want to go. But yeah, so it's your turn, Pink. So give me some psychic damage for that guy.
Yeah. 1d6.
Nice.
3 damage.
Yeah, and what are you doing with your turn proper?
I'm going to run away. Run up here.
All right.
And I'm going to use Force Shunt, and I will twin it. So I'll use it against this guy and the Gamorrean I just ran away from. And let me push the button here. So they have to make I think it's a strength saving throw, and they fall prone and take damage if they fail. So it would be a 16.
All right. So let me do the Gamorrean first. He fails. And then the thug. He fails as well, so you knock both those guys prone.
And 3 damage. That will be my turn.
Perfect. And Kildoa is up. You see he just looks furious that you guys have kind of invaded his place and started messing with his guards. So he is going to He's gonna stay where he's at. He's just going to slam uh, Noru again. So give me a strength saving throw. Oh shit! Another crit.
Hey, loaded dice. We're calling it. I need to see the logs.
This is why I open roll, because you guys see exactly how it comes up. Because I wouldn't believe it right now. So 18 from the slam. That puts you down. Yeah, so you see him just
Yeah.
slam you, and he holds up your body. It says to the rest, if you want your pal here, throw your weapons to the ground. If you don't, it's the end of him.
Can I pretend like I'm down and out? Like I'm uh,
Oh yeah, yeah, second art. So give me a deception check or performance, your choice.
um
We'll say DC
it's all
13.
the same. It's all the same.
Nice, just enough.
I actually passed the roll for once.
Let's go.
So you see, he's kind of holding your body. He thinks you're unconscious as he threatens the party.
I mean, I kind of met him while he was losing my brother's room while I was still holding his warm corpse. So
Noru, you're up. Kind of cool timing with this.
I was thinking reappropriate, but that's just details. Okay. Mm, I honestly.
Do you
There
have
is a gun over here.
I know, but the thing is I'm still restrained.
do you have phase walk?
I do, but I have to unrestrain myself. Or am I unrestrained?
No, if you phase walk, you can get out.
Oh. I don't have phase walk. I have phase strike.
Oh yeah, so strike wouldn't work, but phase walk would have got you out.
We might be a little outmatched here.
I think you guys would have been fine without Jeremy, to be honest.
Yeah, Jeremy's really playing for the wrong team right now. I was thinking, wow, I'm alright. I'm still at really high health. This is gonna go great. Jeremy, he just like hug.
Don't worry about the force pull. I'm used to the regular sheet letting you click open the description, and the Star Wars 5E one does not.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
I see. Here's the thing. If I try to break free, I'm gonna fail. If I get a weapon, I might deal some damage. I might miss, and then I die.
Well, luckily you're already at disadvantage from being restrained, so you can't be at double disadvantage. So it gives you a little bit of peace of mind there.
Oh, okay. The only thing that I'm thinking about doing is I'm gonna have to wish upon a prayer. If he's blind, he has disadvantage on all attacks, correct?
That's right.
What's the chances of a double nat 20 happening?
I don't know, Tegan. What are the chances?
I don't know.
Personally, I've
today is
seen it too many times.
what's
So the way,
is force blinding like sleep? So you have to beat their
uh,
HP.
yes, you have to beat their HP.
So you see the flash come out in the hut. He's standing strong. You see him blink his eyes for a bit.
Is it enough? Is it enough for him to like let go of me and like shield his eyes?
Give me a straight luck check. We got to beat an 18 on this one.
Wow.
Come on, man.
This
You
is
can do it.
The hut has a hold of you, and you see the light flash out from your hands. And he blinks his eyes. He goes, "What the crap? I thought I killed you." And he says, and he shakes you again. It says, "If you know what's good for you, you'll stop that." Ooh, you're up.
I'm gonna call
Alrighty.
out. I could use some assistance if any of you are available.
I will. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go after. Actually, what? Oh no, that's self, so that doesn't help. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna attack this guy. First, I will bonus action. Let's do Sarisu again. Sarisu this time to give me resistance, and try that saber.
All right.
You have
That
advantage.
hits.
16. Okay, good.
Oh yeah, he's on the ground too, so
Oh.
you can roll again, see if you crit.
Okay. Oof, close. Okay. 9 points of damage from that, and that's my turn. Other than, oh, if he's on the ground, well, if he's on the ground,
He's taken some damage before, in case
yeah. Is he? I don't think it's gonna help, unfortunately. But did you say his weapon is on the ground?
his blaster is on the ground. Yeah.
Okay. Free action to grab that.
All right.
Shoot. Yes, I've still got my shield, technically.
Oh yeah.
Unless that,
Shield's got a
probably
couple
should have
of
handed
things
that
for you.
away. Okay. Yeah, no, I guess that's just gonna be my turn. I'm just gonna stay here.
All right. He's looking pretty messed up as you slash at him on the ground. Looks like another strong hit may take him down. And Ren, you're up.
Okay. So great things happening. I see. Is no, it's okay.
Did he
I was
do?
trying to
Sorry to
figure out.
cut in real quick. Did that guy do damage to me? Where I don't remember where that damage came from. Was it him or somebody else?
Oh, it was him.
Okay, then I get to do. Sorry, that's my berserk fighting style. So he would get an extra 4 points of damage.
Oh, literally just enough.
Ooh,
How do you end
nice.
him?
Good. Yeah, so getting a little bit more hang of this pink saber. Just as he's on the ground, yeah, we'll just go right through him as it, kind of overhand.
That's
And
you
impale him,
pierce
so.
right through him and see him gonna give his last breath of life.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
I know, I was gonna ask if if there's anything I could do to try and get Noru out of the grasps of this hut right here.
If you wanted to, you could see if you could try to pry him away. So you could give basically kind of give the help action, but Nora would be able to make an athletics check on his turn right now and see if he can break away with advantage.
Sure, I'll do that.
All right. So Noru, you see Ren kind of running up to try to pull you away. Athletics or strength check or strength saving throw with advantage.
Come on.
Unfortunately, just shy of it. Unless there's anything anybody can do.
Can't Defiant work for
Let me see. Yes, I can.
All right. So even with Defiant, that's just enough to break his grasp. Was a DC 16.
Who's giving
So
it though?
you are.
Because Ren, you already used yours, and
You're
nobody
right.
Yeah, he did.
nobody else has it.
I forgot it earlier.
No.
So unfortunately, you
Mm,
pull against him. The Hut still has him firmly in his grasp.
okay, then I'll run.
I'll start creating another character.
Alright, how many people are left alive now? 4, 5, 6, 7. So do a D8.
8 total, I think, right?
Oh, is it 8 total? Alright.
Jeremy, show Gil the love and affection he has shown you.
So you see the Accolade actually run up and take his slash at Keldoa.
Yes!
Heyo.
This would be the perfect time for a current.
Hopefully my luck will hold for you guys too today. Where's the sheet?
Also, fantastic. Now I have 2 things that are hostile next to me.
So it hits. So you see it
Almost.
slash into the Hut, doing some pretty decent damage actually.
It's almost a crit.
Alright, the Gamorrean is up. Is that the guy that's still alive? It is. He is going to try to catch back up with Ping. He is able to. So you see him run over to Ping. He's gonna slash once with his Vibro Axe.
He was prone though.
Oh, he was prone, you're right. So he only gets to over here with his movement. Alright, Gil, you're up.
Gil, seeing Jeremy is no longer attacking him, he just lets out a sigh of relief because he could not withstand another hit like that. And he is going to. Jeez. Um. Uh, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm at 10 HP. I think if I walked up to that Gamorrean, he just slapped me into next week. So, as my action, I will cast Armor of Aboleth. It's going to take 1 from my maximum HP and 1 from my force points.
Alright. It's 2 points on that side.
If I can survive this turn, I'm going to toss a Hail Mary and just pray that I survive.
And that is everything I can do right now.
It's
Wait, actually, one last thing on my turn. Gil
Mhm.
is going to praise. I know I'm running the joke a bit much, but Gil is going to praise Jeremy. Just a quick clap of his free hands.
That's you clap at the raging Hackley. The other thug is up. He is going to actually he's still scared of the thing, so he's going to take another 2 shots at the Accolade. Just yelling, how could I not hit this thing? It's right in front of me. As he freaks out. Bingo, you're up.
All right. Seeing the Gamorrean coming for me, I am going to try to do something here. So I will cast feedback at him. Actually, I'll just twin it. So I'll do it against him, and I'll do it against Caldoa.
All right.
If they can hear me, they have to make an intelligence saving throw, or take 1d4 damage, and they have disadvantage on the next attack.
All right. So the Gamorrean predictably failed that. Let's see if the Hut is has any intelligence. A little bit. So let's see how he does. He fails as well.
Nice. So disadvantage and damage.
All right. Gamorrean's looking pretty decently rough. And also roll me a d6 for the second guy.
Ooh, yes, thank you. I forgot about that. Ooh, all right.
So you get a little paid off of him as you see him fighting with the imaginary accolade.
And I'll just yell to the big guys next to me, guy with an axe running at me, you have my weapon.
So you see Keldoa as he lifts up the poor Zavraki that he's got in his hands, and he's gonna try to slam you again. Ah.
That's the kind of crit we want to see.
So with Ping's feedback, unfortunately, he was able to keep him off balance, and you were able to stop yourself from getting slammed. And the second one misses too, so you're able to keep yourself alive for another round. And you're up, Nuro. You there, Nuro?
Yes. Let's see how big it is, 'cause I really don't wanna fucking die. I cast darkness. Everything within 15 feet of me is now encased in a darkness and cannot see.
Whoa, I heard of rage blinding you, but this is ridiculous. Anyone else have this problem?
So that's what, a 15-foot radius sphere. Where are you casting it at? What's your
Yes.
casting?
Me.
Alright.
I'm casting it on me, and as my bonus action,
Doesn't read.
on my bonus action, I'm casting. I'm going to do perform. If I can find it. Ideal of the hunter.
Okay.
And I can see an enchanted darkness.
Perfect. Yeah, so you cast the darkness. He still does have a hold of you. Actually, I forgot to do that for the last turn. Yeah, so he's still got you restrained there too. I forgot to. Luckily, I forgot to apply the advantage from having you restrained. But luckily that'll cancel out for you since he can't see in the darkness to straight rolls. All right. And ooh, you're up.
All right. You want to throw up an aura on, or I don't know, Noru, if you can do it yourself, throw up a 15-foot aura on your token.
Oh, you can't see that. Let me.
Oh
make
yeah.
sure.
So go in the little 3 menu dots. Make
There you
sure.
go.
There you go. Thanks. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So not affected by that, and yeah, I will just rush up to this guy, and we'll go with Sarisu. Nope. Sorry. Shen Jemso to get bonus if needed, and just slash out with Ping Saber.
All right.
And that's going to be a
What
12 to
guardian aura do you
hit.
I think that may be enough. Let me check. Oh, unfortunately, that still missed.
Okay.
Real quick, what guardian aura do you have?
Oh, he had the temp HP one.
Yeah.
Hey.
Or a vigor. So I didn't mean to ask if that. So I guess you can't get the points more than once, but if you start any turn next to me, you get them, right?
Exactly. So it doesn't
Okay.
stack, but you get them each round. Yep.
Okay. So, I guess I would get those back,
Ping with
and then
arrows.
yeah, Ping and yeah, we've been there. I think we've gone through a round. So, Gil, you would get those as well. Unfortunately,
I already got armor of Aboleth. Temp.
okay. I guess that's gonna be my turn. So
All right, how much does Ping get?
5.
Nice.
Yeah, it's like half my health.
All right, Rin, you are up, and right now, so you're kind of half in and half out the magical
Oh wait,
darkness
sorry.
sphere that.
3 points. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I like 5 more though.
Yeah.
So Rin, you could kind of partly see outside of it, but you just see kind of darkness just spring up in front of you.
Okay. I'm gonna try and go for that guy's blaster carbine if it's still on the ground.
It is.
All right.
This is literally a Hail
So I'm gonna
Mary
go.
because none of you guys are going to be able to attack him, and they have disadvantage on attacks on me. So literally, my plan is run.
Oh.
So
Let's
I'm
cut our
gonna pick
losses,
it up.
boys. Noru's a lost cause. Let's get out of here.
Yay!
Can I like turn and fire on my turn, or should I just wait another turn for it? Seeing as
Oh no!
I've just picked it up here.
Oh, it's a free action, so you can pick it up and shoot.
Okay, sounds good. I'm going to do that. I'm also going to use a couple of my points here. I'm down to 1 tech point to use target lock on the guy by Ool.
All right.
And I'm going to do all that and go carbine. That's a nat 1. Heyo.
That's rough. So you see the blaster shot kind of just fly past the Gamorrean. All right.
Dang thing, they've got the sights all misaligned.
The Acklay, so it can't see anything. What is it gonna do? It is going to. I think a beast would just run. So it is going to run outside of the darkness field. That guy is still up. He is going to make a vibro axe, kind of swing his axe back, try to hit Ool.
That will miss. And I will. I'll let it hit.
Oh, okay, sweet. And you've got the Berserker stuff,
Yes,
right?
so just, yep,
Okay,
normal
perfect.
damage.
So 9 kinetic.
And I didn't have that, so yep, that is 9. Okay.
All right, Gil, you are up.
All right. Gil does not want to be out and about when the raging Accolade is now out of the darkness. So he's actually going to plunge into the darkness, and with reckless attack, he's actually going to aim for the hut.
All right,
Or at
so
least
straight roll.
best place he saw him. All right, reckless attack, straight roll. Martial lightsaber, rage damage. Syntax error, thank you. 18 to hit for 8 damage if it does.
Oh, that does hit. So you do carve a little chunk out of the hut as it screams in terror. All right.
And he'll give a slight call out, not a full yell, so the hut doesn't have a good idea where he is, but just so Noah knows, I got your back.
Yeah,
So to see, but
Don't know if it'll matter, but appreciate it.
So the thug is up. He is going to. So he sees the acolyte next to him, half covered in darkness, and the other acolyte running out of the darkness. So he's going to take a shot at Jeremy. So he brings up his blaster carbine and takes 2 shots off, and both hit.
Oh, great! Now here comes Jeremy again.
uh,
Oh lordy, he coming.
Murdered the accolade for 10. Looks still healthy, but you could tell that hurt it. And then Bing, you are up.
All right. So I am going to use Force Shunt on the remaining Gamorrean. Oh, actually, the other guy takes 1d6 from.
Okay.
Let me do that before I forget. So 3. And then Force Shunt on the other guy. So DC 16 save, strength save.
All right.
Oh.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
So you try to pull him down. The Gamorrean just uses his bulk and kind of jiggly body to keep himself up.
All right, and I'm gonna stay right where I'm at. Actually, I'm gonna walk over here and pick up that tech blade that he dropped.
All right. Keldoa is up. She's gonna try to slam Noru. And that will miss, fortunately. and then is going to try to smack Gil with disadvantage with her tail.
Normal because it's reckless attack.
Oh, so I think that hits either way.
Either way, target is knocked prone.
Oh,
But
so that would be 26, so
Very knocked
13
prone, aka
13 damage, you
down.
down. Alright, so you smacks you and knocks you down.
said. 5 damage to them because of armor of Aboleth, and I'm now at 2 HP.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow. With all the temporary health points and everything? Oh, wow.
Yep.
Oh,
Wait, no. I almost did. No, yeah, I'm at 2 HP.
Are there any weapons that are like loose? Because I can fight him normally in darkness, and if I just have a weapon and I can break loose, I'll be able to at least do something.
There's a vibro axe. I think they picked up the blaster and the tech blade, but there is a vibro axe that's loose.
At that point, I might as well just punch him.
I mean, I would voluntarily fail if you took my tech blade. I don't care that much.
Okay, that might. So am I still restrained?
You are still restrained.
And it's a strength check with disadvantage.
Oh, just regular strength check.
Okay.
It is darkness. I think darkness is concentration. Is that right?
Yes.
Are you continuing your concentration?
I mean, it's the only thing keeping me alive. So yeah.
Ooh, you are up.
All right. I'm going to realize that maybe I should have not let that attack hit, as I've been iffy on the saber, and instead something that I hope will be a little more certain. Let in a deep breath and let out a scream towards the Gamorrean. So it needs to make a DC 12 garbage roll, wisdom save.
All right.
All right. And then I guess I will bonus action Sarisu for resistance. And that'll be my turn.
So you're chipping away at him. That guy looks like a decent hit. May take him down as you blast him with the sonic waves.
No, he saved, so he didn't take any damage.
Oh, is that not a half damage one?
Let's see.
Oh, it's half damage. That's what you get in your list.
it's half damage.
Hang on. That usually that stuff's just default, but let me.
I think it's.
It is. Nope, you're right. It is. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Yep. So 2 points. Okay.
All right. And Ren, you are up.
All right. Seeing as I cannot do anything to help the folks in darkness right now, I'm just gonna try and shoot that Gamorrean.
All right. That
16.
That hits.
Woo! It's a 14 total for the damage.
All right. How do you take him down?
Just Ren, never one to show off. Just a quick pop to the head to help out Uhl there.
All right. You pop him in. He falls and crumples to the ground. Anything else you're doing?
I'll sort of turn towards this darkness and just feel like say out loud, I have no idea how we're gonna help them, and that's all.
All right.
Dying!
Jeremy is unfortunately up. Let's.
It's that meme where it's like, first time?
Luckily, he rolled a 1 on the 1d2, and he is going to go rush at the guy who shot him. So you see him run up and lash out with his little claw thingies. And if I can find his block again, he'll make an attack. There it is. All right.
I
He
like how
lashes out with his
Keldoa this
claws.
entire time is completely like fine with this. Like he's more concerned with me than he is his own men.
So you see the thing lashes out and actually just straight pierces through the last trooper or last of the Hutt thugs, and you see the body crumple to the ground. And Gil, you are up.
Gil is going to oh boy. Should I keep attacking the hut?
I don't know what else we can do right now, if I'm being completely honest. He has
Okay, here's my
42
thing.
hit points.
I know what the button is right now. It's like right here or here for Jeremy. And if we don't get that guy under control, he's about to come charging through that darkness. So, I'm gonna take the disengage action, which will actually start wearing my rage out, but 2 HP, not really gonna save me from any damage. And I'm gonna stick inside the magical darkness. Anytime Gil starts to come out, he just pops back in really fast till he's right at the edge, and he's gonna plan to next turn on his next turn go over here for the remote.
All right. Thug is dead. Ping, you are up.
I mean, the Gamorrean had the remote right here, right?
No, it was this Gamorrean over here.
Yeah, he ran. Yeah, that's where he's at now.
He did drop it when the conflict started. And just yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Um,
So I can't do anything useful.
and now, Noru, you are able to drop concentration at any time. It doesn't require an action.
I would rather drop concentration after he's attacked. Just saying. Just saying.
Yeah, I'm gonna step back, make sure I'm gonna use my action to prepare a spell. Let me see what I want to prepare. I will actually prepare Malacia to attempt to.
Isn't that the one where it makes him sick?
Yes. Yeah. So I'm going to prepare Malacia. The first target, I guess, I see, or actually, once I see the hut.
All right. The Hut is up. He's confused. He just can't see anything. He just feels the Zabrak in his arms. And he yells, "If you surrender now, I'll let you and your buddies live. If not, I'm bashing his heads into the wall." And you see, to emphasize his point, he is going to try to slam Noru again. So let's see how this goes.
Oh,
What's your AC again? 16. So he catches you. Actually, no, that's a claws. So it's just supposed to be 6. I actually clicked the accolades again. But actually, either way, he slams you to the ground and knocks Noru out. And then he kind of holds his body up, lifeless. Yells, "I'm pretty sure he's unconscious for real this time. If you don't surrender, I'm snapping his neck."
It kind of sounds like wet meat, not gonna lie. I'm not certain he's still alive.
So before that,
do I take 2?
Before that second one goes off, would
Okay.
he drop concentration and I would cast Malacia?
Yeah, whenever I drop to 0, I lose.
Oh yeah, so yeah, he would drop concentration, so you can cast that Malacia.
And it's going to be a save on his part, but I'll just put it up here. So it's going to be a wisdom saving throw of 16.
Right. He fails.
So he goes unconscious or incapacitated.
Sweet. So he is. You see him drop the lifeless or the unconscious body of Noru. And he is just powered down. And Noru saving throw.
Okay,
I
awesome.
don't want to alarm anyone, but it's open season for Jeremy right now.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm aware. I'm aware.
And the people closest to him, the two people closest to him are at 1 and 2, no, 0 and 2, respectively.
So Noru has one fail of the death saving throws. Uul, you are up.
Alrighty.
Do I need to make a con save as well for the wound?
Oh yeah, sorry. Give me another Constitution save throw too, to see if you take a ooh, and you do take a
What is
wound.
with my rolls?
So you are 2 death saves in. uh, alright, and Uul, you are up.
I'm not sure if Uul knows about the effects or the conditions of this power. I guess I will. Alright, I'll run over here and do a lend aid. So 4 points to Noru.
Nice.
That is bonus action, and then yeah, Ull's at a -1 intelligence. He's gonna attack. I don't know that
you
he.
got advantage too.
Yeah, so I just don't know that he would know the conditions that this'll might allow him to wake up, but that's fine. All right, Pink Saber. Yes.
Yo.
All right. I don't have this set up for the crit roll, so it would be 6, 10, 15. If I did that right.
Do you add any? You doing any enhanced
You know what?
attacks?
I will, actually. So let's do. I think I can do. What's the max you can do? I'm at
It's
level.
2d8 at your level.
Okay, so then yeah, I'll do 2.
So it'll be 40, or so it'll be 16 plus 2d8.
This week we
2d8,
Nice.
and then
Sweet,
15. It's
so
15 points. Right, 15 on the first one because a full d6 for the crit.
Yep, full d6 on the crit.
Okay.
So that'd be 15 plus 16 plus 10. So that'd be 31, 41.
Where's the 16?
Nice.
Oh, because you're taking for the crit on the force empowered as well.
Oh, yep. So that gets full damage too.
Nice.
For the crit.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you cut deeply into him. He's looking pretty messed up now. As you see him bleeding there, he has to make a strength saving throw. Does he have advantage? It's triggered by damage, so let's see. Or not strength, wisdom saving throw.
Advantage.
All right. So let's see if he stays asleep. And he
Oh
stays
wow!
really asleep.
Yes.
He is.
A bit of snoring.
Your luck has ran out.
Right,
Oh, how the
Rig, you're up.
turntables.
Finally, you guys got a good crit on that one, especially with being able to add some paladin or guardian stuff on it.
Yeah,
That was a
nice.
good time for it.
Woohoo!
Alright.
I'm going to, seeing as though they have the hut under control here, I'm going to go for Jeremy.
Alright.
If it'll go through.
Dice, that hits.
And then, before I forget to do it again, I'm going to use Weapon Expert and do this twice to get the better rolls. Did the same, so it doesn't matter.
Okay. Alright. So what would that be? 17 on that one. You get another solid shot off on Jeremy. You see it swaying. It looks like a strong breeze may take it down.
Okay, and then I'm going to use. Oh, actually, never mind. I was going to Culto Pack, but I have one singular tech point remaining, so sorry.
All right. Jeremy's got a barely on his feet. 1d6. All right. So unfortunately, that is you, Ping. He's
You said he's looking really weak, right?
yeah, he's looking messed up. Yeah.
So just want to, well,
You
8.
get attack of opportunities.
Never mind. Never mind. Carry on.
Yeah. So Gil would definitely get an attack of opportunity. And you
Alright.
would, I think, with
Since he's large, would I?
disadvantage. Yeah. Because you're prone.
I
Oh,
have
I.
Am I? Oh,
Alright,
Gil's
so I'm
prone.
going to be doing
Non-lethal.
non-lethal with a lightsaber.
Alright.
hit him with a pommel.
So
Back in the knee.
so you are able to just connect with that Gil, and you take out one of its claws and bring it to the ground. It is still looks like it's still alive and breathing though. And you're up for your turn proper.
Gil's gonna grab the remote. Keep it in his hands. How far was that actually? 20 feet? Yeah, he keeps it in his hands and he kind of looks at everyone. Alright! We did it! Can I suplex the Hutt? I can wait till he's dead.
Just do it. Just do it, please, please, please.
He stole his movement for this round. It's just like the celebration before we were done.
Alright. And Ping, you are up.
So Ping is gonna see this beast running at him, and then Gil cut it
It's
down at
not
the
that.
last second. And then he is just literally gonna go to the middle of the room and just be thankful he is still alive.
Good job, Ping. You pulled your weight.
Yeah, that'll be Ping's turn. Oh, and I'll
Alright.
throw my tech blade to Naro.
I have a weapon at long last.
So he's gonna make another wisdom saving throw at the end of his turn.
Yes.
Nice.
He is still asleep. And then Noro, you're up.
Okay, so how healthy is Kel? If he's incapacitated, he can't make attack of opportunities, right?
Oh no, he can't. He's looking pretty messed up. Like probably an attack or two may take him down.
Okay. So what is the tech blade? Is it like a 1d4, 1d6?
Or 1d6, I think.
It's a. Would that be considered a simple vibro weapon, or what would that be?
What is that? I think it may be martial. Let me look it up. Oh, Sentinels are proficient in attack blades. You're good.
I'm. Am I? It says
Mhm.
double show
I'm pretty
two,
sure.
chakrams, simple vibro weapons, simple light weapons, chakrams, double blades, double shotos, double swords, hidden blades, light foils.
Oh, they're not proficient with
I
attack
don't
blades?
see it.
Alright.
I'm going to use Sentinel's weapons to make myself proficient in it.
And it is a finesse weapon.
Okay, that's fantastic. I needed a finesse weapon because I can't use anything else.
Alright.
If I attack him, does it alert him, or is that not?
It does give an advantage on the saving throw and it procs off taking damage.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to make an attack on him with the weapon. So I'm gonna move up. And
Alright, so you can make an attack with advantage.
how would I do advantage for?
Just roll 2d20.
2d20.
All right. He's got shitty AC, so that both hit even without mod. So
Oh my god, thank you. So, well, I mean, that's +4 to each, +8, +8 to each of those. So, because of dexterity and my bonus action. Okay, so that should hit, and then you said it's a 1d6.
Yep. 1d6 plus dex.
Okay, 1d6 plus dex. 1d6 plus dex.
All right. And we'll wait for that. Nice. Some good damage on that. He's looking pretty
Okay.
messed up. Ooh, you may have the chance to finish him off there. Oh, double strike. Nice.
All right. I'm gonna hope. I'm gonna bonus action.
Back away.
Gem So just to hopefully get this bonus on my attack. And go ahead and roll that saber. 15 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay, regular damage, and I will. I'll put at least 1 point into that. $14 more.
Right, how do you finish him?
All right. Yeah, so a heavy strike across the chest, and then, yeah, just 2 heavy slashes just across, the larger portion of him, of the Hutt's body.
All right, so you
As
slash
he
into...
actually, oh, he missed. Never mind, he would have been still asleep. So I wanted him to come out of unconsciousness, and the last thing is death.
So you cut into him with the big hut. You just see kind of a large smell as some guts pour out of him, and he finally breathes his last. All right, so you guys beat it. So this one a little longer than expected, but you guys took him down. And then we'll do loot and stuff like that a little later, and figure out what you guys are gonna do with Jeremy.
Jeez, okay.
Alrighty.
I'd probably advise against keeping him with you.
Yeah. On the bright side, we now have a actual monster we can unleash on the space to give us as a distraction to get out of here.
True.
So I know what I'm taking on my next ideal. Overcoming resistance, immunities to. Oh wait, no, not that one.
I'd probably think phase walk.
Steadfast, I think. It's basically one of them.
I'm gonna
like...
go, you guys. I'm starving, but it was a fun session.
Alright, man. Thanks.
All right.
See you guys.
Do I have a wound?
Thank you.